Welcome to the classiest place on earth. How the fuck are you? I'm doing great. Can you tell I'm fucking faking it? How the fuck are you doing? Good morning. Happy America Day. Well, how do you celebrate 4th of July if you're not really hot on the whole America thing these days? I'm not a hundo on that one. I hope. Oh, God, that's loud. No, Katie. Calm. Calm yourself. Hello, David. Hello, Crispy. Hello, Viata. Good morning. Viata had to take off for work. Understandable. Have a beautiful day at work. I'm actually playing your song you like, Viata. How is everyone doing? Happy Independence to all. I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know IP. Yay, America. I woke up at 6:30 this morning, and people were setting off fireworks already. What are you seeing at 6:30 in the morning? What are you doing? What the fuck is the point? Professional and working through it. We're getting there. We're going to get there. I have the day off from work, so at least I'll take that. That's kind of nice. Celebrate telling the UK to fuck off. I fucking love the UK. Every time I go there, I have such a good time. I don't know, man. It just feels like, I like fireworks, but living in Colorado has made me fucking hate them because they never stop. They've been going for months now. Like, I didn't even know it was 4th of July today. Completely forgot because we haven't not had fireworks for a month. It's insane. I got to go to a parade in the rain. That sounds fun. I'm so sorry my monitor shakes if I touch my computer or my desk. What? A parade? Parades are still a thing? People parade still? Coffee is everything. Good morning, Magic Mistress. They were setting up. Yep, same. I mean, Glut, honestly, I had the thought this morning, like, maybe they hadn't gone to sleep yet. Maybe. I have no idea. Like, it's just crazy. 6:30 in the morning. What are you seeing? Like, you're just excited about a boom. Oh, Viata, I love you. I mean, it's not a bad day. It's not a bad. Therapy's always good. I don't know. It's good and bad, you know? It's like gad or bud, if you will. I don't know. It's necessary. Let's put it that way. Sometimes cops are about shutting shit down. Dude, there were so many sirens last night. That's the thing. Like, all night, I heard fireworks, sirens, and they were blasting past my house. Like, I saw the sirens. It's fire season, my dudes. The fuck. I'm ignoring that it's on a national holiday. Smoking Schmeed, working on summer class homework, and watching The Amazing CK. That sounds like a beautiful day. I'm also ignoring. I mean, people have been celebrating for months. It doesn't make it special. It's like putting Christmas shit out in August. Mhm. I don't hate fireworks. Like, honestly, at nighttime, I sit out on my back porch and I watch them. They're beautiful at nighttime on the 4th of July. But at 6:30 in the morning, you're just booming shit. What are you doing? Oh, yum, crispy. Fuck yes. I always say we should celebrate the 4th here in the UK. The funny thing is, the Americans would assume we're doing it in solidarity. We would. Some probably would. I don't fucking know. I slept, but not. Oh, I don't know where my water is. This is water, right? I have to find my water. I apologize. I will hydrate. Yeah, I drank a lot of water this morning, actually. Gotta replenish, you know? I slept, but not enough? Boo! That's the worst.
Katie.
God damn it, they were so low. Thank you so much, Race, for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it swings for fucking 20. That's
2 years! That's 2 years, lover. It's too fucking. Wow. Wait. Did you sub to me for the first time on 4th of July?
God, that'd be weird. Probably not, though, right? No, that wouldn't line up, right? That'd be weird, but thank you for the resub, and I fucking appreciate you. I hope none of your yards set on fire today. Make sure to water them. I reached a culinary milestone last night while cooking dinner. Managed to set off my neighbor's smoke alarm. Is your house on fire? Existential dread. Happy existential dread. For the Americans, yeah. What up, Yeet? How are you, love? Oh, shit, my chat paused. I know. Berserker! Would you like to have some fuck? Did he just say some fuck? How are you, love? Just wait until Scotland can finally celebrate its own re-independence when it comes. I hope it comes. I don't know if it'll happen in our lifetime anytime, just because, like, the UK is so fucked up on their own right now. Like, you know, they're, like, so fucked up, they can't even figure their own shit out, let alone, like, let you guys have independence. I don't know, man. It's so fucking weird. It's weird to watch your guys' politics because it's just a mirror of the same bullshit, you know? It is really hot outside. It's been 90 degrees today 3 days in a row, yeah. Berserker, I'm doing okay, thank you for asking. I'm alive and I can't complain. It's only existential dread if it comes from the existential region of France. Otherwise, it's just sparkling anxiety. That's a fucking good one. Oh, dude, Station, at least you finally get a break from that heat, right? The heat finally hit us. So now we're just hot. Like, I can't. Normally, I leave the door open in the backyard all morning and just let the dogs do their thing while I go around the house and do my thing. And I can't because you can't. It's hot. You think so? I hope so, David. I hope it will be. I just don't know. I have very little optimism for politics anymore. Trying some 5-HTP. What is that? What is 5-HTP, Trouble? It's a dry heat. God damn it. You know, I used to live in the humidity. I was that person that was like, yeah, but it's a dry heat. Fucking idiot. It's gonna rain here, and people in my town are sad that the fireworks are canceled. You know, I feel like when I was a kid, it always rained on 4th of July. Like, it was just gonna happen. But it's kind of a good thing, right? Less fires? I guess I just come from a place of, like, always living where fires are. Literally everywhere I've lived, other than Maryland, there's just fire season. So I'm hyper aware of it. My parents were always hyper aware of it. You don't even light a match outside. It's just crazy. The funny thing is, I lived in Shakopee, Minnesota, Montana, Minnesota, Montana. Why can't I hear myself? Oh, it's my phone going off. The fuck? Sorry. That was weird. I was hearing sounds and I was losing my mind a little bit over it. There's a massive floodplains from east to west, and some dumb fucks were launching fireworks right next to it. Yeah, it's like you don't need to live in a fireplace to know that fire happens, right? Dude, go XLR. I mean, so Zach and I were reading about it last night, Zoe, and like it looks like it's not the end of Go XLR. It looks like what they're doing is they're making the software open source. So hopefully users will go in and fix the shit and update it regularly. I'm hoping. But no shit, Zoe, when we were talking about it on stream the other day, we talked about it and literally my Go XLR died. Like at the moment we were talking about it, it decided, well, it didn't die, but like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't change any alerts or anything. It's like they heard us. The universe fucking heard us. Vibes made my own chocolate tart. Fuck yes. Is it yummy? I've never made a tart before. Good morning, Vex. Yep, I heard they're going open source, and that's a good thing. As a southerner who used to live in Denver, 100 degrees there is not the same as 100 degrees here. No. But I wouldn't say one's worse over the other, Mikey, would you? I think they're just a different level of hell. Like, once you get above 85 degrees, nothing's pleasant anywhere. Like, the biggest difference I notice is in Maryland, shade didn't matter. That was the biggest thing I noticed. So if it was hot outside, it was just hot. You could stand in shade, but it didn't do anything. Because, like, the humidity was hot. It wasn't necessarily the sun. Whereas up here in Denver, that we're so close to the sun that, like, I swear to God, it's like a 5-degree difference between shade and sun sometimes. It's wild how different that is. But it's just a different level of hell. I think you just got to pick your hell. That's a lie. No one answers the phone anymore. It's always a scam. Who the fuck answers the phone? Usually you answer the phone. Worsey, who answers the phone? I can't remember the last time a real human being called me. Seriously. I don't get calls from real humans. It's just, I have like 5 missed calls every day from people trying to tell me that my student loans are relapsed, even though I don't have them. It's constant. Text me if you're going to call me because I don't answer that shit. Oh, it's a mid-stage neurotransmitter. Supposed to be safer than serotonin as your body turns it into that as needed. And you do that for sleep? Interesting. I would think, I mean, just serotonin, I would think that would be an awake time thing. I'm also open source. Code me like one of your French girls. Code me like a Berdini, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, I would because I can't. I was in London last year at this exact time, and it was so hot, and no one has AC. You guys suffer. I don't know how you do it. I remember marching in West Texas in the dry heat feeling like the inside of an oven. That's what it feels like here. Whereas in Maryland, it felt more like a sauna. And I think it's just personal preference. I prefer the humidity. I would prefer humid heat over the dry heat because it does feel like an oven outside. Like, no matter how hot it got in Maryland, it never made me feel physically ill to go outside. But there have been moments in Colorado where I go outside for 5 minutes and I just start to feel like I have the flu. And I'm like, nope, nope, fuck this. Because I think it just starts to suck the moisture out of your body the moment you go outside. I don't know. What's a hooer? A hooer? A hooer is a human being who is proud of their genitalia and flaunts it thus. Maybe. What I'm mainly concerned about with Scottish independence is I'm conscious of another Irish border situation. I've been curious about that too. Like, I don't understand politics and I don't understand the UK politics enough to even speak on it. But I wonder about that, like with Scotland being the northern part of the UK, but then like Northern Ireland is still part of the UK and Southern Ireland isn't, or something like that. Like, it'd be like it's like the US owning Alaska and Hawaii. You kind of have a chunk that's just, you have to go across another chunk to get there. You know? Like Alaska is America, but you have to go through Canada to get there. It reminds me of that kind of situation. Just like, okay. I don't know how it would work either, though, honestly. That 100 with 80% humidity in NC is way worse than Denver. Really? See, I think it's personal preference. I think honestly, because this dry heat makes me feel crispity crunchity. Yeah, Vex, exactly. The dry heat goes through you, the humid heat coats you. It's hell on both fronts. Like, it's not fun once you get that hot. Yeah. Low humidity heat makes shade effective and your sweat actually cools you down. That's exactly what it is here. And I'd never experienced that before. It's so weird. Crimson. So Denver is called the Mile High City because allegedly we are a mile above sea level. I guess. I moved here 3 years ago and I am not a Coloradan. Like, I just live here. I don't fucking know anything. But that's allegedly the thing. So we are way closer to the sun than most people, which is why our weather is more extreme than most. And the sun, literally, it's just like, you go outside and you feel it instantly. Like, it's fucking strong. Ooh, Elle was interested in a watch party for Duakrama. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Friday night. I think Sheepy is gonna give me a link for the, like, premiere, like the YouTube premiere or whatever, when it goes live. And I don't know what time of day that is, but I'm gonna do it just like before I had therapy on Fridays. Before we used to do it, like, I'd take like an hour after stream and then hop into the Discord. Because I think it's gonna launch around like 1 p.m. my time, I wanna say, ish. So that'll like be during stream and then we can just all like have a break and then go watch it. But yeah, if Elle wants to do a joint watch party for Duakrama, I am so fucking down, yes. Fireworks are stressing the shit out of the wild. Oh, I know. My dogs are not having a good time. And they're not the worst. Like, I know there's dogs who run away from home and like puke and hide under a bed. Like, my dogs, they just can't sit still. Every time a pop goes outside, they both get up and just kind of start walking around in circles, like, what the fuck happened? And then they notice Zach and I don't respond and they just like lay back down. But I feel they haven't shit solid in a month because these fucking fireworks. I feel so bad for them. Apparently, someone thinks I'm on Medicare and I'm nowhere near that age. They also think I have a house. They're not doing too well, are they? It could be. It's definitely altitude. 100%, yeah. Oh, we have Puerto Rico too. Yep. Same. Yep. No, you're right. I forgot. That was my bad. I forgot about Puerto Rico as well. UK politics has always struck me as US politics, but with a 2-drink minimum. Man, too real. Too real. I wonder if they separated, if they would rejoin the EU. I don't know. Is Guam a territory? Or is that just where we torture people? I don't know. I know it's like, it is a thing, like Puerto Rico, but I don't know if it's the same classification if it's a territory like Puerto Rico. It is a territory. Okay, cool. Yes, then, yeah. 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 I feel really stupid. I'm a dumb American. I just know, like, I like 105 Fahrenheit and 15% humidity way more than 99 degrees Fahrenheit, 99% humidity. If Maryland had mid-level humidity, it might be better. Really? I don't know. I didn't even notice it. Maybe I'm a freak. I noticed humidity the first time I ever touched it, but after that, I remember the very first time I ever went to Florida, they did park the plane on the plane drivey thingy that my brain is forgetting the name of right now, tarmac, and they just had you, walk down the stairs out of the exit door and then walk into onto the tarmac, and when the doors of the airplane opened and I walked out, I'm not exaggerating, it literally felt like a wall hit me in the face, like a very specifically different air pressure. I was like, "Puh," and I just stood there like, "Oh my, why am I wet?" Weird. And that was after living in Washington most of my childhood. But yeah, I remember that, but then when I moved there, I didn't even notice it. It just became I noticed I didn't have to fucking water my plants twice a day. That was nice. There's a very different history. Ireland was a conquest, whereas the Scottish king became king of England too. That's very true. Yep, 5K up. And the water boils at lower. Yes, we have different cooking instructions in Colorado. That's the weirdest thing is when you say you buy a box cake, it'll have the normal instructions and then it'll have Denver instructions. Or it'll be in parentheses, oh, if you live at high altitudes, this is the temperature you do. Because everything cooks different. And it sucks because I've never liked cooking and I've kind of gotten into cooking while living here. So when I inevitably leave, because this place is hell, I'm not going to know how to cook anymore. I'm going to be fucked. I'm going to burn everything or something. The torture B&B, yeah. I think Scotland voted against Brexit at the time, so I'd assume they would vote to rejoin. I mean, I think I don't know. I honestly don't know. David, what did you get the general feeling in Scotland? Were people for or against Brexit, or did you feel like it was pretty 50-50? Because in England, all my friends in England, they say it was 50-50. They really couldn't get it's very much the US with Trump. It's people are just disillusioned to the past being better for some reason. The Scottish government also has plans to rejoin the EU. Personally, a better deal would be an EFTA deal because Scotland wouldn't be forced to EU fishing laws. Don't we want fishing laws so we don't eradicate fish? With the garbage politics of Idaho, along with the dry 95-degree heat, it's basically hell. And happy 4th. Yeah, Bomb Beast, I was literally saying the same thing earlier. How do you I have no patriotism. I don't feel very good about my country. I don't think I ever really have, but I think when I was younger, it was more about just lighting bombs on fire with my parents' permission. Science, bitch! Science fucked me. The Denver instruction, because they assume everyone's high. Hell, we probably are. Cheers to that. Honestly, but you remember when, I don't know if, I didn't live here when it went down, but when Colorado legalized weed, they had to start putting warning, pamphlets. They staple a warning book, a book, to my bag of weed that teaches me how not to get too high. Because it won't kill you, but you'll feel like you're dying. Okay, so David confirmed. Scotland in 2016, Scotland voted 62% Remain. It was the highest Remain vote within the EU. Wow. Wow. I'm not leaving Denver no, not, I just want to. It's like a dream, you know? It's a dream. Moving is so expensive. I've moved many times and it is thousands upon thousands of dollars every time I move. Fuck that. I have no money. I am so fucking strapped right now, but I want to. I'll live in my fucking Jeep. Oh my God, yes. What's the weather gonna be tonight, soldier? It'll be hot and wet. That's good. That's great when you're with a woman, but it's not so good in the jungle. Dude, I love that movie. Happy Fuck America Day. What up, Voodoo? How are you, love? That's literally what we're talking about. How do you, it's such a weird day because I just feel ugh, gross. Oh, okay. It basically allows all of Europe to fish. Oh, no shit. So if Scotland joined the EU fishing whatever, that was implied on them. Basically, by joining the EU, it means that anyone in the EU can fish Scottish waters. That's so fucking backwards to what I thought it would be. Doesn't that that seems counterintuitive. Yes, we would like to be part of the EU. Please don't overfish our waters and destroy all the local habitat. What the fuck? That seems fucked up. Under EU Scottish fishing, we're restricted to how much fish we could catch, but allow the French fishermen into our water to fish even more. Exactly. So yeah, that's totally, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. That's fucked up. I get what you're saying now. Yeah. Who's one of the coolest peeps on the planet? That's right. Their name's ClassyKatie. I'm actually really sweaty right now, but thank you very much for that nice compliment. James. Oh shit, Ronan, you're talking back further. I have a really cool book that my Nana gave me when she passed. Well, she left me when she passed away, but it's like this ancient, huge book, and it's just called The History of the Irish. That's all it's called. And I've tried to get through it so many times, but it's really fucking dry. But they kind of go over that, like St. Patty's Day and all that. And I kind of got a lot of good history out of it because as an American, we aren't given shit. Educating people about drugs. Oh yeah, it's hilarious. And it's all about edibles because people like I've talked about this before. It's kind of a personal like pet peeve of mine that instead of just talking to someone who is weed knowledgeable, people that don't smoke weed go, smoking's got to be bad for you, but edibles have to be better. I'm just going to do those instead. And then they fucking go to space and then they think weed is the devil. And they're like, no, it's too strong. It's terrible. No one should be allowed to use it. That'd be like me going and getting a fucking Long Island iced tea as my first drink in 50 million years. Fuck, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where would you go? What's your dream city? I don't know if I have a dream city, honestly. I've never found home, really. It's very interesting. I've thought about that before. Like, where would I want to live? I've moved a lot. Like, I've never lived anywhere more than 3 or 4 years in my life. And I've thought about that a lot. Like, where would I go? Because I've honestly chose a lot of random places in my life just to move, just to see what it's like. And I've never quite felt like, oh, this is my space. Like, I feel good here. Yet. And I hope that exists, but I don't know. My dream city would be not a city. It would be a cabin on the top of a mountain with no humans within a 100-mile radius and perfect internet. That would be my perfect existence, but that's really unrealistic, so we do our best. Oh, out of the ER yesterday. My mom told them I was smoking too much weed, and I thought they were going to shut the fuck up. There's no such thing. Bless you, Lord. No, I get it. I get it. The Queen of England owns all the waterways or some kind of bullshit. I know she owns all the swans. Yeah, the swan thing is weird. I love vape and dry buds. Smoking and bongs don't go well with me. Also, hi Mel, how are you, love? No, I totally get that. It's really individual to everybody. Like me, I like my bong. I don't get high with a joint. Edibles are very hit or miss. Either I go to Jupiter or I get nothing. Like it's perfect. I haven't been to Berlin yet. Berlin's on my list. I've been to where did I go? Munchen? I went to there. I'm trying to remember. Is Berlin south or is Berlin the northern big city? It's been too many years now. COVID ruined my life. That was a really big hit and I'm instantaneously sweating. Holy crap. Too big. Look how pink I am. I'm doing fine. How are you? Oh my god. I mean, your mom needs to stay the fuck out of your business. No offense, mom. Starlink? What's Starlink? Isn't Starlink like something in your car that helps them find you if you're lost? Holy shit. Whoa. Just give me a sec. We got the sweats. Jesus Christ. Personal dream place to live within 2 hours of my partner's and mine's other partner. 100% geolocation doesn't matter, dude. The doc always minimizes it and thinks it's THC panic. Exactly. And that's the thing is, unfortunately, there's still a lot of doctors out there who were raised and educated in a very antiquated system that taught us marijuana was harmful. Which is crazy because literally marijuana became illegal because white men were tired of their wives leaving them for Mexican men. So they were like, let's just tell everyone that marijuana makes our women leave us. Literally, if you look at the history of pot, it's fucking racist. Holy shit. That was upper lip sweat. Whoa. Just a reminder, you're all beautiful sparks that bring meaning to the universe. Amen on that. Hi, Bacon. How are you, love? I have a recipe that calls for lemon zest, but I can only find the green zest. Okay, you want to know a really funny zest story? You know, Mel, I actually do take a tummy enzyme almost every single day just because general health. I have an ulcer. It keeps my ulcer at bay, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what it is. I think you're right. I think it's something to do with my stomach because what I find is if I do edibles that are like a hard candy that you suck on and let dissolve in your mouth, then they actually affect me. Like I actually get hit by them. And I think what it is because when you're consuming a hard candy, the THC is being absorbed sublingually, like through the mucous membrane of your mouth and under your tongue and stuff, as opposed to having to go through your entire digestive system. Because if you think about it, nothing is digested until it gets to your intestines. Your stomach's just a holding tank, and your stomach has, potentially other food in it, whatever enzymes you naturally have, stomach acid, bile, etc. And all of those things, as well as just your heat of your body, can break down the THC to be a non-usable molecule anymore. And so this is just my theory because I've thought about it a lot because I smoke a lot of pot. Edibles, I don't know. It's a hit or miss. And I've thought about it, and in terms of I have a high metabolism. I run hot, even though I'm always cold. Like I feel like a dwarf sun all the time. I think my metabolism literally almost decimates THC before it can get to my intestines, where it's actually absorbed into the bloodstream and then goes to the blood-brain barrier. Whereas if it's a sucky candy, you suck on it sublingually, and it doesn't have to go through that. That's just my theory, though, because it tends to be that's what it is. Like I've eaten edibles where it's like literally I had one. It was a chocolate covered marshmallow rolled in graham crackers. Like it was like a s'more, but like a bite. It was really tasty. Allegedly 50 milligrams. Felt nothing for like 18 hours. But I have some of these the little sucky candies that I've shown you guys before, the Canyon ones that are literally called Suckets. And they are 2.5 milligrams a piece. 2 of those, and I am rocked. But they're a little tiny hard candy you just suck on. That's my theory, but I don't know. Everybody's different. I've been on THC more of my life than not. Oh my god, me too. Wait, I've been smoking pot 3 times longer than I haven't. That is so weird. I've never thought about that before. Holy shit. Weird. I've never thought about that. Munchen, Munich is pronounced Munchen. Thank you. Munchen. Is that north or south? Do you remember? I can't remember. It's been literally like almost 4 years since I went, unfortunately. But I went to Munchen and we went around that. We stayed in like that chunk of Germany. So I never got to see Berlin, but I'd love to see it because I've heard it's a beautiful city. THC and CBD were in pretty much all medicine before that. Literally, yeah. And along with like cocaine and meth and all those things. What laws aren't based on racism here? Touche on that one. Nicotine lozenges actually say not to eat 15 minutes before taking because of the bioavailability. No shit. Interesting. My stomach is the boiler. Yeah, I think my stomach just burns it up, which is sad. I've eaten no shit. I went to DC and I got a chocolate bar. It was like a piece of chocolate this big, but it was a chocolate bar that was allegedly 250 milligrams. And I got that. And then I went to the DC Pride Parade, ate that. Nothing. I was so disappointed. I felt nothing. Nothing at all. It also had to do with the pulp and paper industry not wanting the competition with hemp. That as well. Oh my God. Thank you for reminding me. This podcast I was listening to that I was learning about, like, weed, the history of weed and the racism of it. Another thing that was really interesting was like hemp was the leader because it was cheaper to grow and cultivate. It was better for the land. Dot, dot, dot. It was easier to manufacture into paper. Allegedly, the first Bible was hemp paper, which Jesus fucked up. Jesus fucked. That's all I'm saying.
Jesus had 2 dads and smoked pot. Fight me.
It's just maybe facts. Alleged. The tangerine hard candies and bam. Me too. Oh, Lord Hybrid, I love you. Cheers, honey bean. Taking care of business is alright. Fun fact, your stomach thinks all potatoes are mashed potatoes. Oh my god, your stomach has never not seen a mashed potato. Oh, that's really fucking bizarre. Thank you for that brain fart. Water soluble is the best, 100%.
When
You
I
are
tell
pot.
you to come, you better come.
I've gotten some new sound bites that I need to put into the alerts tonight. That's an FYI for myself. Thank you for stepping to the class. Keeping the class deal. I haven't given a fucking A. Swings Delphinus. Oh, man. Because my GoXLR farted, I don't have fucking L's alert on there anymore, and I'm so sad about it. It's saved somewhere in my computer, but I can't put it on. But the smoke queen every day. Open source, open source. Cheers. Excuse me. The mints are good. I've had I can't remember what the brand was, but we had some mints here as well. I can't remember what they were called. I just haven't seen them in a while. And I honestly, I just keep getting the suckets, the Canyon suckets is what they're called if you're ever looking for them in Denver. They're 2.5 milligrams of THC per little candy, but they have a lavender lemonade flavor, and it's just so good. It sounds so hippie. Like, I'm not one to go chew on a lavender plant, but those candies are so tasty. Like, I actually kind of crave them. But I go through like a package a year. Can't be fact. That's what I meant. Yeah, can't be fact if Jesus is fictional. So like, I don't argue that Jesus might have been a real person, but like the whole God thing, not too into that one. My stomach has never seen anything. Well, oh God's carry on facts there. Unless you've had abdominals. Well, nope, there'd have to be eyes. Let's just not think about that too hard. IRC, the only reason weed is starting to get decriminalized because tobacco companies found a way to profit the most out of it finally. You know, I really honestly thought that would happen because I remember when Washington and Colorado, I think they were 2 of the first states to legalize recreationally, I can't remember. When they legalized, the tobacco companies were like fighting it so hard. They were the biggest lobbyers against weed because, you know, tobacco crops were being replaced with marijuana crops and they weren't making money. So I kind of figured they would get their paws in. If they do it instead of Monsanto, sure. Monsanto getting a hold of the weed industry is what scares me the absolute fucking most because they destroy things. Psycho, possibly. I had a couple things in mind. Depends on. I had therapy this morning, so I'm just trying to restart my brain into not sad mode. So it depends on that. I gotta restart my head. Amanita muscaria. Is that a brand? I've never even heard of it. Cheers, Weave Love. How are you? Oh, the 70s. That's the perfect. 60s, 70s is such nice weather. Yuzu. Ooh, yum. That's how mine tastes. I don't want an edible that tastes like weed. Am I alone in that? I can't. You know, actually, that s'mores one I was talking about, that tasted like weed. I didn't like that one. I mean, it was okay, but it tasted like weed. I don't want to chew on weed. I want it to taste like fucking candy, my dudes. And I understand that they're like, we don't want kids attracted to it. Stop leaving drugs around children. Like, what the fuck? My mom's medicine cupboard was so tall, not even I could get to it. She had to get a fucking stool. Like, don't leave drugs around kids. Any drugs. Are you just leaving drugs around kids? The fuck? What up, Theory? How are you, love? Good morning. That's the stinky desert. The white man from Arabia in the sky with all the lambs and the virgins and shit. Yeah, that one. Oh, it's a psychedelic mushroom. It's the Mario mushroom. Oh. Yeah, the only shrooms I've ever seen here that are edibles literally look like little brown poops. They are hideous, nasty fucks. Speaking of shrooms, did anybody watch that last episode of Black Mirror? Because holy fuck my ass. Herb Magic makes them and a few other companies. I know shrooms are like what is it? Colorado did something about shrooms. I don't fuck around with anything but weed, but fuck, they did some legislation like I don't see shrooms for sale in stores, but maybe they just decriminalized. Yeah, they decriminalized. There we go. They decriminalized shrooms. But so for instance, go to the weed store, I don't see any shrooms anywhere, nothing. I went to the smoke shop down the like strip little mall thing to get like a bowl or something like that, and they had shrooms for sale. Like kits to grow shrooms with the seeds in it, not the actual shrooms. So maybe it's kind of like weed because I know in states where weed was illegal, like when I was in Maryland, if weed accidentally grew in your garden, which I think it actually happened to someone there at one point, you don't get busted for it until it's harvestable, smokable weed and you harvest it. Once you pluck the bud, then it's a crime. But a plant in your yard doesn't elicit a crime. So maybe shrooms are kind of the same way. They're like, it's not a crime until you dry them and eat them. Due to weed still being illegal federally, the big corps won't touch it. That's why a lot of places weed is cash only because the banks won't touch it either. I've never been to a place that isn't cash only. The only places that get around cash only is they can take a debit card. No weed store can take a credit card. But they do a debit card and it's almost like an ATM. Like when I look at my bank statement, it says it's an ATM withdrawal. They have some sort of all of them. They've all done this workaround where it's like they run your debit card like an ATM, and then they literally open their cash register, pull out cash, or they do something like that. It's very convoluted, but I very much enjoy it because I don't carry fucking cash. I will lose that shit so fast. The Tang covers it up pretty good. Yeah, and that's okay if there's some other flavor and I think that's the lemonade ones. Lemonade is going to cover up pretty much anything. What up? Wait, I had my gallbladder removed. Oh shit! And most edibles I eat don't do anything. Anything with fats and oils don't work at all. Any suggestions? So, Nineless, we were literally just talking about this. So, anyone else that's been here for the past like hour, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I think this is something with me too. So, I was talking about this because edibles do not touch me, Nineless. Same. And unless I consume an edible that's like a hard candy that you just suck on. And my theory is that, if you eat an edible, i.e., you chew something up, you swallow it, and you're depending on the digestive system to get it to your bloodstream, there's so many fucking steps it has to go through before it even gets to the digestion process. Like your intestines are where actual molecules are absorbed into the bloodstream, and then it has to breach the blood-brain barrier. So the way that chemists design molecules to be absorbed by the blood-brain barrier is very, very specific. It's so fucking highly specialized because the blood-brain barrier is there for a reason. It's so that we don't, our brain doesn't get affected by things that we eat. There's things and things and things all over the place. I'm not going to get too complicated. But anyways, I think I don't have my gallbladder removed, but I do have a very high metabolism and I run hot. Like my core temperature, like I feel it. My chest is always like a fucking dwarf star. And I think because of that, me personally, and this might be your problem too, if you think about it, like if you eat something, it's got to go down your throat and into your stomach, which is just a holding chamber to break down food further. The first step of digestion is literally the saliva and the mastication of your teeth. Second stage is the stomach acid and the bile. So you have bile. The problem is that you no longer have the other holding tank, which usually held your bile. Bile's created by the liver, and then it's held by the gallbladder. The gallbladder squirts it into the stomach when you smell food or you're starting to eat or, something instigates the digestion process, which is literally smell is usually first, which is why your tummy growls when you smell your neighbor's fucking barbecue, bastards. Hold on, let me rewind. Where was I starting with that? Okay, so by the time so you chew up, it goes into your stomach, because you don't have a gallbladder, your liver is always producing bile. It just is freely flowing bile into the stomach. So you might be at even more disadvantage because that THC molecule that has been designed very, very scientifically, specifically to breach the blood-brain barrier, now has to be boiled in a boiler, literally your body's boiler that is full of acid. And then it has to survive that, the heat and the acid and the bile breakdown, and then it has to get to your intestines and then somehow be digested. And that can also be hindered by if you've eaten previously, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I've theorized with myself because I'm the same. I have literally consumed a 250 milligram chocolate bar and felt nothing at all. I swear, I know what it's to be high. I smoke a lot of weed. Like, I felt nothing. But a 2.5 hard candy, 2.5 milligram hard candy that I just suck on fucks me up. If I have cramps, I take 2. Because sublingually, it's literally like sublingually, meaning it's being absorbed. Your saliva has enzymes in it, just like your tum tum, and it starts to break down stuff in your mouth. So candies that are or things that are designed to be sucked on can be broken down enough by those enzymes. It'll be absorbed into your cheeks and your gums and your tongue and your mouth more so than you, depending on you like swallowing that product. You know what I mean? And that's immediate blood-brain barrier. It's like dip, exactly. Yeah, same concept. Yeah. That's my theory though, Nineless, because I have the same problem. I mean, I've wasted a lot of money on some big edibles and been like, what? Like, and the thing is, your tolerance with smoking weed and your tolerance with edibles is completely separate. It's a different process that your body goes through to break it down, digest it, and then have your brain actually be affected. It's different. So someone that smokes every day will get fucked up by a low dose of an edible, and vice versa. Someone that does edibles mostly will get fucked up by one hit on your bong. Please don't let them feel that brave. They'll be like, nah, man, I take 40 milligrams a night. I'm cool. Fuck, dude. They're going to pass out on your couch. You're going to have a new roommate. I get a hold of hash. I make chocolate pudding with it. Fuck yes. Gets me every time and holds for almost a day until digested. That's really nice, though. I'm sorry you have that problem, though, because I have the same shit. My weed store just got debit and they've been cash for a long time. I also don't use debit cards, though, because they have protections that then CC is still using cash for weed. 100% understand that. Yep. I only use my debit card in person stuff. I don't shop online with it. My dispensary takes debit cards, but yeah, you have to do it as debit card transaction and no credit cards. Yep, same. They isolated the active compound in that specific mushroom, so those gummies are flooding shelves now. Fuck yes. It. I mean, moderation in everything, right? Like, don't go overboard. Anything can be harmful, but it makes me happy that there's a sort of realism that maybe, I don't know, it's probably because of profit, but to me it looks like how can you make a plant illegal? There's so many poisonous plants out there that if you nibble it, you will get fucking dead. You will deaded yourself. Those aren't illegal. You know? It's really fucking weird. Oh, the classic. What the fuck? Nineless. Bitch, what you doing? Thank you so much for gifting 10 subs in the chat. Now let's just give motherfucking 10 subs in the chat. Charybdis Jones, Facehugger, Bronze and Pusa, Luna Sparrows, Hate Wheel, Gukar Falcon. I almost fucked that up real bad. I'm so sorry. The Wandering In, Shaggy Foot, the XP Guild, and Darth Vlader. Your all boat was just the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. And thank you for being here. Fly, fly. Enjoy your emotes.
And hail the dankest of lords. I appreciate you.
Dude, abso-fucking-lutely, man. I mean, there's a place and a time for edibles. I completely, like, and I don't, like, there's either weed is the devil and will kill you and make your wife leave you for a brown man, or, man, if just everybody smoked weed, we'd have absolutely no problems in, like, the whole fucking world, man. Ugh. That's just equally stupid to me. I don't know, man. I know there's a lot of smart potheads out there, but for some reason, those are the two screaming voices everyone listens to, and they're like, why the fuck? What with the extremes? Moderation, man. Ooh. Oh, is it good? Did you watch it? Should we watch it? I love learning. Hold on, I didn't even pull up chat on my other PC yet. Wow. Wow. Oh, please load the link. There it is. Okay. It's 2 minutes, man. I'm gonna watch it. I love learning. I love learning. Yum. And as I was saying before, like my theory, because I am a respiratory doctor, like I know how weed gets into your lungs, but digestive system is not my specialty. Like that was my theory. Let's see if I was right or completely I mean, he was making it so fucking general. It probably doesn't matter the stupid picky things I said about the gut. But that is a huge misconception. A lot of people think intestines do nothing but transport poop and that your stomach does everything, and your stomach's literally just like another mouth kind of. A little bit. I overdosed on exactly 7 weeds, Lizzie. It was amazing. If I answer enough questions, the butt. I mean, to be fair, the butt is, like, by default, usually the right answer. I like the way he's good. He reminds me of Jamie Tart. What's Jamie's accent? Pepe. Pepe. He said some word in there that I... Much instead of much. Much. Essex. Is it Essex? That's what it made me think of. Yeah, it was a much lighter because Jamie Tart, obviously. Oh, by the way, David, I finally finished Ted Lasso. Oh, my fucking emotions. I don't know how I feel about the ending. No spoilers. I won't spoil anything. But like this season as a whole, I mean, I'm getting chills thinking about it again. Fuck, dude. Towards the end of the season, believe. That's all I'm gonna say. I was a fucking mess. Weed. I gotta grind it. They did a really good job. That's, if you guys haven't seen Ted Lasso, we were talking about it the other day, and someone in chat said they hadn't seen it because they don't really like football or soccer, whatever the fuck you call it. Association football. It doesn't matter. The show is not about football. It is not about sports in any way, shape, or form. It's just good. They did such a good job. I'm really, really into shows that make a quality show and wrap it up in a timely fashion, and they actually like wrap it up. You know what I mean? It's well done. It feels purposeful. Ooh, the strain is called. It's actually a new one I got recently. Bonsai. I need to repot it. I just opened it. Bonsai. The Bonsai collections, apparently. Colorado grown. Pre 98 Star Dog. I don't know. I've had Stardog before. Pre 98, I have no idea though. Pre 98 Stardog, and it is allegedly 29.38% TH to the motherfucking C. What up, sheepy? How are you? You were just gifted a sub. Just like a minute. Ma'am, this is not food. What are you doing? What are you doing, Miss Ma'am? She came over like she was about to get a schnickety snack. You don't want that. That's not a snack. You don't want nothing to do with that, ma'am. What are you doing? Hold on. I know. I see you there. I love you so much. I love you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just coming to say hi? Cute girl. So loud. Katie. It's fine. You didn't hear it, dogs, but I just deafened every one of the friends. Fuck. Autoplay. Fuck it all to hell. We're all deaf and dead now, and I really apologize. But cute dog? Look at those butts. Look at those butts. Oh, you're just a cute boy. What are you doing? Did you have a face-off with a squirrel this morning? I saw him. There's a squirrel sitting in our tree, and the dogs decided to stand outside for an hour and stare at it. They didn't make a sound, no barking. We just stared at it together a whole lot. An hour, didn't we? What were you going to do to that squirrel? Oh, kill him? Eat him. What? No. You've never done that before. What's kill mean? That's not kill. Sure, bud. I'll take your word for it, okay? Your breath is ripe. Ripe. 10 minutes, what is time? I don't know. Those snacks are not for Scooby. Nah, they wouldn't like these. Pot smoke has never bothered them. Like, they don't go away from me when I smoke. But thankfully, they don't want anything to do with weed. My boy, my precious boy Link, rest in peace, you sweet, perfect dog. He, one time, I learned he liked pot. I rolled myself a fat joint. Fat. I mean, it was like a cone. And I went outside to smoke it and forgot a lighter, set it down on the table real quick, went inside. When I came out, he was fucking munching it. He ate the whole thing and then slept for a very long period of time. I'm really glad they don't like pot. Yeah. Oh, cuteness. At first, I was like, oh no. Like, I had to convince, because I came out and he was doing like that thing, and I saw it was gone, and I was like, no fucking way. He never chewed on things. Like, he didn't chew on inanimate things or stuff. He was a really good dog overall. So I spent like maybe 30 minutes searching my yard, convincing myself that a mystical wind came out of nowhere and picked it up and blew it 20 feet away because I couldn't figure it out. It was white, huge. No, he ate it. I knew as soon as he went to sleep. I was like, oh no. At least he wasn't allergic, but he liked pot. I couldn't leave stuff out. I'd find him like he'd lick it. Like he'd lick an ashtray. I don't know what it is, but boy liked it. I'm grateful you guys don't like it because that would just be a mess. It is about break time. That's probably about the time. Oh, Lizzie, my sister this morning texted me. Can you believe it's been a year since we've been in London? And I was like, no, I don't want to think about it. It makes me very sad. Time goes by way too fast. Literally, cuteness. As soon as he started yawning and just like laying down, because normally he was like these guys. Like if I got up, he got up. Like he was like just excited to be alive and like would be like, oh, mom's doing something, peeing. Like that's very exciting. And I would get up from stream to take a break and he would just stay on my couch behind me. I was like, oh no. He did it. Ooh, playing with Zelda. Poodles have really intense stare. Very much so. They're so observant. It is wild, Nineless. I've never had I grew up with like hunting dogs, you know, like kind of the dumb ones, like labs and stuff like that. Dumb, like doofy. And these guys, they have that look where like we have like a rug in our carpet, a rug in our kitchen because it's all solid wood. That way the dogs can like lay down and hang out with us while we cook because they don't like the hardwood floor, which we will get rid of eventually. Like we're gonna do something like stone tile or something because it's just too slippery. It's really bad for their hips. But the way they watch and they cock their head and they listen and like they learn weird thing. I don't know. They like learn on accident. I feel like they're so well behaved and really smart and they know a lot of like commands and I didn't really put in any work, I guess is what I'm saying. It feels like cheating. Like they just kind of did it on accident, you know? Yeah, that's it. It's weird. Whereas like Millie, I got sit. Sit was about it with Millie. Speaking of cats. Wand, thank you so much for your Prime sub. I'm gonna take those dirty bees, those bucks, and buy drugs with them. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it any swings, and not forgetting your Prime. Don't forget your motherfucking Primes. Shall we back? I'll go find my water too. Unpack a bowl before I leave, and we can chill when we get back. It's an empty bowl. What am I doing? Dogs are fucking smart. They're wicked smart. It is true. Dogs. I feel like people do not give dogs the credit. And again, I mean, cuteness. Call me out if this is totally out of bounds, but I think I say this too much. Humans have a horrible habit of attributing human intelligence to another animal. So, like, we look at an animal and we're like, well, it can't talk or wear clothes, so it must be fucking stupid. And I feel like intelligence goes so much further than that. Yep, exactly. I think, dude, Lizzie, I've thought that so many times. Like, my dogs must think I'm fucking special. Like, I think they're always, like, Lilith's literally right there. I think they don't leave me because they're worried I will die. Like, if they're not there, something will go horribly wrong. Yes, border collies are the same. Yep, exactly. They have that look at, like, I feel bad sometimes when I want nothing out of my poodles because they look at me like, we're ready to do something. Just tell us. And I'm like, no, you can just chill. And they're like, what is chill? So then I take them out on a walk. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we'll do something. Like they just look at you like, I'm ready for the next thing. My brain is bored. Their brain gets bored, which is weird. I've never had a dog before that's brain actually gets bored. Oh, cats are absolutely that way. Cats just don't have, this is just a theory. Cats don't have that same like appeasing nature that dogs have. So like they're learning and they pick up everything and they learn your habits. Obviously, cats know when breakfast time is in the morning. I see cats fucking screaming at their owners all the time. Like cats are smart, but they don't have that like, I'll do anything for you because that's they're like, I'm fairly independent, but I like when you feed me at this time. So, meow, you know?
Blood orgy! Yay!
Motherfucking taco! Taco motherfucking existential bitch. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it any swings. Go forth and beat. I mean, what? The raid.
Katie, why are you broken?
You know what? Thanks for the raid. I'm a fucking idiot. Why am I like this? Taco Existential and Raiders, welcome to my channel, welcome to my stream. My name is ClassyKatie, and it's wonderful to see all of you. I appreciate you coming by, and I hope you treated Taco with the love and respect they fucking deserve. Welcome to my channel. Alerts are just fucking, what is this? I'm gonna look back on this one day and think, you're special. Taco! Thanks for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving a fucking anus its wings. Go forth and use your emotes in all the consensual ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. And Molly39351, welcome to my channel, welcome to my stream. My name is ClassyKatie. It's fucked up to meet you. Take my breath away with the treasure of my fucked up family today. Welcome to the classiest place on earth. I invite you and your brother to take your pants off. Place your hand above your genitals and enjoy your time here. I don't stream pants on the floor. I invite you to embrace your goddamn nudity above. Whoa. I should have taken a breath before that one. Lightheaded. Welcome to my channel. Still motherfucking got it. Believe it or not, I used to do that for every follow in my channel, and it was exhausting, so I stopped. So it's kind of a miraculous thing that I can whip that out of my ass once in a while. Taco! Oh, my shit didn't update. Wait, you gifted a sub? Wait. I'm so confused. It says gifted a sub, and then it said a resub, but then now my shit's not updating. I could have swore that was a resub, but it was a gifted sub. I'm not that high. Am I? Who are you? I see it now. It didn't update in this list. It just went off. I'm looking at the dashboard. You know what I'm looking at. It didn't update in my chat. It didn't tell me what happened in my chat. I just heard the alert from the alert list, but the alert list hasn't been updating, so I just went off of queue, and now it popped up in the chat. That's what I'm trying to say out loud, but weed. Broken. Who am I? Me. Today, we're doing great. I'm going to use the excuse today that I had therapy. Tomorrow, I'll be tired, and the next day, my nose will hurt. I'm just stupid. We just have to accept that at one point, right?
Hail Satan!
Wait, I had a dream months ago that I met the Northern Boys, and I asked them to do that whole spiel. But I couldn't figure out the camera because dreams... Oh my god, that's sad.
That bitch, and when I mean bitch, I mean the most wonderful person in the world, ClassyKatie.
It's Safi's birthday this weekend, by the way. Now it's updating. Taco just gifted a sub to Tiny Valkyr. Valkyr? Like Valkyrie? Same though. What's your count? I don't have enough digits. Thank you for gifting a sub in the chat. It actually updated the correct way this time, and I appreciate you. Valkyr, go forth and be consensual in all the ways. Never forget, you're special and wonderful. Clean your bong. Drink water. I burnt my throat. Oh my god. Because the email address no longer existed. That's how old it was. Oh, dude. I'm really glad that I was like a latecomer gamer, because every like game account or any account that is still relevant to my gaming today that I've ever had to sign up for is definitely a relevant email I still use. But fuck, dude. Butt fuck. She said butt fuck. Funny. Every time, like when I was, if I had been younger and my email was like gothicqueen666 still at hotmail.com, that would not be recovered. That would be dead. I would have to say goodbye to that gamer score or whatever the fuck happens there. Buttweed, exactly. Oh my god, Mel, I got my cloth bags. I haven't transplanted the weed yet because I'm really scared to. Like I got them 2 days ago. They were so cheap, by the way. Oh my god. Like I think when you suggested them, I'm like, yeah, when I can afford, like, broke is a joke, but it was $12 literally on Amazon for like 6 of them or something. Like stupid inexpensive, and I want my weed, so I stretched and splurged and got them. But they're so nice. But I have filled them with a nice soil like 2 days ago, and I swear to you, the past 2 nights I go outside like an old lady. I like have my cup of tea, and I'm in my like little robe thing because it's chilly, and I just like look at them. And I go back inside. I'll do it. I'm always terrified. But I just considering how expensive like terracotta, like You know, not fancy ass terracotta pots. Like I get run of the mill terracotta pots just to get the seedlings going. But I was looking at the next size up and they were like $22 a piece for a plant pot that was not fancy. Are people wealthy? I don't fucking get that. But no, I was like, that's why I was stalling. So I just kind of was like, well, they can't be that much less expensive. Oh my God, $12 for 6. And these, so therefore, Mel showed me these. They're planters, but they're made out of like felt or canvas or something, and they're cloth. And they're so nice. They've got handles on the side and they're big and easy to move and easy to water. Fuck, dude, they're really nice and so inexpensive. If you are growing anything that you have to use like planters for something, fuck, I would highly suggest just looking up cloth planters on the interwebs. Doesn't have to be Amazon. Find somewhere less evil if you have the money to. But they are so nice. I know, it's crazy. And then you look at the pots, like I was like, okay, maybe it's one of those things where the pots that look fancy are actually plastics, but so they're way cheaper. No. They're plastic, but they are more expensive. Like, I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm just completely out of touch with reality on the way things should cost because I'm not much of a like, I don't know what you would call it. Like, I'm home all the time, but I don't like decorate my house. I'm not going out buying housewares and shit like that. And so I just don't think about that stuff. And when I went to look at that, I'm like, $22 for like, I mean, it was like a 16-inch terracotta pot a piece. And more often than not, those things shatter. The heat outside mixed with the watering back and forth, they just shatter. I don't know, dude. It seems really, really expensive for something that's so fucking disposable. I'm tiny, and I don't know. We can make up the count. Fuck yes. But you said it right. Yes. Tiny Valkyr. My name's Katie, and I'm really tall. It's very wonderful to meet you. They were wanting that card that was linked to the account, which expired. Dude, did they not look at how old the fucking account was? Can you still even make a Hotmail account? I don't know. Do they even exist? I wouldn't put them in the washer, but in between growth months, I would empty them and hose them through and through. Okay, I will. I assumed that just to like prevent cross contamination or whatever. And I have like a spray that you can use on, you know, pots that you're going to use for plants, or it's actually meant for reptile enclosures. It's like a cleaner spray that's safe. It won't kill animals. And I thought about using something like that. How much is a banana anyways? Dude, it depends. I've seen bananas for $1 a piece. I've seen them for 10 cents a piece. I don't fucking know. Bananas are crazy. The cool thing about the cloth ones is that you can plant them directly into the ground. I don't think I can with these ones. I think these are ones I have to empty because that's what I assumed they were. I assumed they were the ones you planted into the ground. But I'm growing pots, so I don't want to plant it in the ground. But if these could be planted into the ground, that's fucking dope. I have no idea. In Colorado, that's the weirdest, one of the strangest rules that like, there's no stated real reason why, but weed is totally legal to buy, smoke, and grow. You can have like 8 plants per adult person in the household or something like that, but you have to grow it in your house. I'm assuming so like toddlers don't jump your fence and steal your weed or whatever. I don't fucking know. Yeah, it's the weirdest rule. Like, cause we kind of have perfect weather. Like, if I could grow this weed outside, it would go double the speed, I swear. Just from like nice, and it's been so humid lately. And I even thought about it, but I was like, nah, I'm not risking it. I'm not getting a city fine for that shit. Even the land that we own, like on our private land. Yes, swimming pools with fences, absolutely. And if you grow a weed plant in your garden on accident, it's not a crime until you harvest it. But like if they saw me growing weed in pots outside, I could get a fine, I guess. Hi, Vile. How are you, love? My cat knocked over a $22 6-inch planter today. No. With a money tree in it? Shut the fuck up. Aren't those supposed to bring good luck in, like, finance? Universe, wrong way, wrong way. See, I have 2 standard poodles and they do the same shit. Like if I put a terracotta pot outside, they're going to knock it over and it's going to break. They're not hardy by any means. Asshole neighbors. All my neighbors grow pot. I was like the only person in my neighborhood not growing weed, I swear to God. All of them. My neighbors this way have a fucking grow house. Like a little greenhouse just full. I don't know how many adults they're claiming are in there, but they got a lot. Everybody's growing it. Which is, I mean, I think a lot of my neighbors just like to garden, which is why they do it. That's kind of why I'm doing it, because the weed here is dummy cheap. Like you can get an ounce for $50. It's stupid cheap. I don't know. There's no fiscal, like seriously, an ounce for $50 when the planter was 22. There's no fiscal reason to grow weed over buying it here, at least. I think it's for funsies. There are probably people like me that just like collected their seeds over time and decided to grow them. Oregon finally got the right to pump their own gas. Holy shit, nuh-uh. So is it just Jersey that you can't pump your own gas now? You can have a little greenhouse. As it just has to have a lock or something. Zach literally looked it up the other day. We looked up the legislation because we were trying to make sense of it. It has to be like have a lock on the door or something like that. Yeah, I could do that. Honestly, like because there's only 2 people in the house, I can only grow maximum of 8 plants. It seems really extra to get a greenhouse just for that, but I might do it like down the road once I'm able to landscape this shit more and actually put plants in. Maybe I'll have a vegetable garden or something. Dude, do you like Final Fantasy? Is it wonderful? Sorry, Your Honor, that weed plant accidentally fell over and cursed itself. Cured itself. It knocked itself over, got dry, lit on fire, and it shoved itself up my face. I can't help you, Your Honor. I just weed these days. Aggressive. Weed makes well, that's the other thing. Honestly, oh my God, my dudes. I have such a fucking aphid problem right now. And it happened, I swear to God, like in an overnight period. Like all my plants were fine, and then I went out. This was like a week ago, and my potato plants were practically fucking decimated by little worms chewing them up. And then I have 2 aspen trees in my yard, and I noticed that one of them was growing. I mean, it's already like doubled in height, and one of them just has stunted. And every single time it would start to grow these little new green growths off the top of it, the next day they would be like burnt to a crisp. I was like, what the fuck is going on with these trees? The other one, I got them from the same nursery. The other one's doing great. And I looked under the leaves and So normally what I was taught to do is at nighttime you take out a flashlight, shine it under the plant, and when you see the little speckles, that's the aphids. There were so many aphids that they made a solid layer. I couldn't see the speckles. So these aphids have just been sucking the fucking life out of this tree that I have been pouring mine into. Fuck me. So I wouldn't put weed out there if someone paid me to at this moment in time because oh my God, I don't know if aphids like weed plants, but I would be destroyed. Oh, sad. 52 hours and you love it? Fuck yes. That makes me happy because so many people were so excited about it. Oregon and New Jersey didn't trust people to pump their own gas, so all the stations were full service. Yeah, did you not know that, Taco? Oh, it's so weird. If you got out of your car to pump your own gas, like an attendant would sprint at you. Because it's their ass if you pump your own gas. It's that, I didn't mean to rhyme. Yes, and I actually ordered a bag of ladybugs. I panic ordered a bag of ladybugs. Yep. Because I have ladybugs in my yard. Like, I think I've told you guys, every day I go outside and I see a ladybug and I get really excited because it means my yard's coming back to life and there's, like, life in it. But yes, I actually saw some baby, like, the little creepy little spiky grubs that are baby ladybugs. I saw them crawling around the tree. But seriously, the entire base of the leaf was just aphids. There's so many, I don't think one ladybug could eat it in a lifetime. So I literally went on, I can't remember, it was some gardening website, and it was where I got my trees, actually, a nursery, and you could get like 3,000 ladybugs for like $10 or something. They had some deal going on for 4th of July or whatever. I just panicked about it. This has just been happening the past like 4 days of my life because the other one's doing great. This tree just got fucked, and I think it's because it's got more shade. I put it a little bit closer to a different tree we have, and it's getting more shade so the aphids can like not they don't roast in the sun, which sucks. Fuck them. Yes. Oh yeah. I didn't even know. Like I kind of panicked and looked up like natural pest control because you guys know I've been working so hard on my yard because our yard's just a pit, and I really don't want to add pesticide to the pit. It just feels like Why would I do that after all this work of like rototilling it and fucking getting mulch into it and all this stuff and getting plants into it? So, one of the things I looked up actually that worked, this was crazy. I don't, I mean, I understand it, but I didn't think it would be as fucking freaky effective as it was. And a lot of you are probably like, yeah, no shit, Katie, this isn't well known. But basically, you get an empty spray bottle and you put in like a tablespoon of Dr. Bronner's dish soap or just the soap, Dr. Bronner's liquid soap, and water. Shake it up and spray the aphids. Like lift the leaf and and I swear to God, within an hour, a heart-shaped leaf about this big, the aphids were covering to the edges. In an hour, the aphids had literally shriveled into like a dime circle in the middle, just dead. Allegedly, the soap dissolves like the waxy coating on these little bugs and makes it so they just dehydrate instantaneously. Like the bugs can't hold any water. It's like if someone peeled our skin off, which is so fucking horrific. But it worked so, I mean, it was weird. I didn't, at first I was like, did the aphids just move? Because you know what an aphid looks like. It's like a little plump green grape with legs. And it was nothing. It was like this little like of just like shriveled shit in the middle. But you have to keep doing that and you have to like sit there and coat every single fucking leaf. So I figured now that I've done my part, and it's gonna rain tonight, I think. We're gonna get some thunderstorm or something like that. I can get some ladybugs in there and they'll be able to take care of it, I think. But at first it was just so many, like because I just didn't know. I don't even know where the fuck they came from. I haven't got any new plants, not like cross contamination or anything. New Jersey, we don't pump our gas, we pump our fists. Jesus fucking Christ. The idiots in the DEA thought my great uncle was growing a massive weed crop in his fields back in the 80s here in Texas. They were fucking tomato plants. That's happened to people. That's literally an article about a little old lady getting like her neighbors called the cops on her saying she's growing weed in her backyard and it was tomato plants. The fuck? They buzzed this place several times with their helicopter. He decided to mess with them. Oh, he ran from one barn to the other, squatting when they came low. My stepdad would so do that exact thing. That's so beautiful. I love when people keep a sense of humor. Oh, yeah, it's about to be ladybug season. Oh, fuck. I'll take a video. Unfortunately, like, I was reading about how because you get them and they're like kind of frozen. They're like cold. They're kept in cold packs and they kind of go into a little bit of a cryogenic sleep. And then when you get your little ladybug friends, you let them thaw, whatever, you let them kind of come to life. And then you put them out at nighttime. Allegedly, if you put them out when there's daylight, they will immediately fly away. I don't know what the science to that is. Whereas if you put them out at nighttime, they're like, ooh, it's nighttime. I'm gonna find a leaf to cuddle up and fall asleep to. And then they're like, oh, is this my new home? Okay. So I have to do it at nighttime, but I'll do my best because it's literally gonna be like 3,000. Katana, how are you, love? Yeah, it's literally gonna be like 3,000. It's so many, but probably a lot of them show up dead, I'm assuming. Because I don't think they have a very long lifespan. We were a full service gas station, so we would check all fluids, tires, clean windows, got tipped a few times. Dude, fuck, I can't not tip someone if they pump my gas for me. It feels so ridiculous. Neem oil is a natural pesticide. Mix it up into organic soap like Dr. Bronner's. Interesting. Neem. There's a pen. Pen. I need a pen. Neem oil. Is that like an essential oil? I've never heard. I feel like I have heard of it, but I don't know what it is. No shit. Dr. B's, I mean, it worked. Like it worked within an hour. They were gone. It was pretty magical. Sticky and stinks. Okay, do not touch the neem. Good to what? Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be fucking with Dr. Bronner's, so at least I can like Dr. Bronner in my hand, right? What's the definition of an essential oil? It's not food grade. That's it, really. It's not food grade, meaning it's not meant for like human consumption. So like you can get, orange oil that's meant to be put in baked goods, and then you get the orange essential oil, and it is not meant to be put in baked goods. That, I think, I mean, one is probably synthetic and dangerous and deadly, and one isn't. Probably. I don't know. I don't partake in the essential oil shit. I mean, I think some of them smell really nice, but I don't drink it for cancer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Asphyxiation? Oh, that's dark. They definitely shrunk. Elephant right. Wait, what? I really thought that, dude, just Does that mean it's a rifle meant to kill an elephant? Because that makes me so sad, but I still want to watch this. People shouldn't be killing elephants. What the fuck? What the? How are you so displeased with life you have to kill an elephant? No, we need to take a break. I was going to say let's play this when we get back from break because I don't think we have and I don't want an ad to run over it. So crude oil, that's a really good question. I have no idea where crude oil and essential oil on the scale of oil are. I have no idea. That's a really good question. Does anybody know? I'm curious. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I love them too. I fucking love elephants. I love animals. Honestly. Like all of them. They're just amazing. They're my favorites. Hold on. What the fuck is that video? Wait, no. I once drank eucalyptus oil by accident. Let me tell you, not pleasant. How? How did that happen on accident? Oh my god. Oh my god. No shit, Jade. What are people using castor oil for? What the fuck are people doing with castor oil? Caveman take down big animal. Dude, all right. If a naked human being is able to take down an elephant, sure. I don't know why they feel pride with the gun part though. Especially if there's one literally called an elephant gun, man. Fucking Christ. Get a hobby. Let's take a break. Man, you just gotta wonder. I have so many things I could be doing that I want to do, that I'm interested in doing. And like these people get to the point in life where they're so like bored / displeased that they're like, maybe shooting an elephant? What the fuck? I don't know. I'll be back. Going from the hot to the cold is a strike to the fucking nervous system. Ooh. I found my water. It was lost, but now it's found. Wow. Wow. Fun story, Katie. Literally, I went to break, found the music, and went to go hit the ad button, and I had already taken my earbuds out, and I hear Lilith behind me just. I was like, oh, fuck, this might be a break. She shitted. Also, the squirrel came back. That is a brave motherfucker, dude. He doesn't give a shit. He was in the yard. My dog straight up went at him. Got away. They always get away. It will always get away. It's a rat. It's a tree rat. Dude, these dogs, I mean, it's all, I don't just say this. It is Lilith. Her asshole is rotting. I don't know what the fuck it is. She's dying on the inside. I don't know why. I don't know how. But she just, like, there are times when she farts and I'm like, is it meatloaf or is Lilith feeling gassy? I just gave them greenies, so now they're really gonna stink. Yeah, you chew that shit. Facts. One of the weirdest things I took out of like anatomy and physiology digestion system, the brief, month I got to learn about it, was that only 30% of your fecal matter is food you eat. Ish, give or take, like 10%. And the rest is like sloughed off tissue and dead blood cells and all the stuff that your body's doing on the inside. Like, I still think of it. Every time I take a shit, I'm like, how? The rest is just that pussy slurp, slizzerp, would it be vizerp? Blizzerp. Blizzerp. Is it weird? That's weird now. I know. Isn't that weird, Kona? It's, it's really sad. We were learning about eating disorders. And, this was a different class. This was psychology, but I remember learning about eating disorders, and a lot of people, like, something that feeds their anorexia is that even when they stop eating, they still shit every once in a while. Therefore, they think they are, like, sleep eating, or they're like, oh, I'm still pooping. I better restrict more or something. And it's like, you're always going shit, but, like, drinking water makes you pee. So, like, by restricting, your body does hold stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you do kind of hold shit if you just stop eating. You're shitting yourself out. Yeah. Pussy Slizzer. You read it. I said the Slizzer. Yeah. Same with boogies. All dust is stardust. Were made from the matter that was created from a supernova. I know. It's amazing. Isn't that I know. Oh, dude. It's this. I like. And what's crazy is the common knowledge of eating disorders like bulimia or anorexia. There's so many different forms now that have been created by like lifestyle, like over exercising or being like psychotically healthy about what you eat. There's so many different, like, it's a spectrum now. And some of it's even like, actually, we were just talking. I think Lizzie was talking about this in chat the other day. Someone was it Lizzie's doctor prescribed them something and said one of the side effects is prescribed anorexia. Ha 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 ha, which is fucking disgusting. But ADD medication apparently can lead to eating disorders, which is hella sad because, like, what do you do? I mean, I don't know what to do there. Like, I'm really thankful that didn't happen to me. I don't know if that's like a wrong dose or something like that or what's going on, but I am so fucking thankful. I think my camera bumped. That I've never developed an eating disorder from my ADD medication because, like, I hate to say it, but I don't give a fuck how well my body's running if my brain wants to die. Like, if my brain doesn't work, where do you go from there? So I don't know. It's like you have to set alarms to eat or something. With binge eating, yeah, it goes either way. Eating disorders, yeah, it was literally just disordered eating across the board, whether that's over, under, or like some people with ADD that become on ADD medication suddenly can focus and they'll start to pick up OCD habits, like because it feels good because they can suddenly focus for the first time in their life. So they'll start like logging macros and logging calories. And, that's not bad, but it can be. Is it glowing? I'd be pretty sick. I'll glow. It's all the radiation. It's encouraging. It makes you feel incredibly small at the same time. Facts. I only really eat once a day too with snacks here and there, but I've always been that way. I just don't. I've never been like eating makes me sleepy always, and so I've always hated eating during the day because I immediately get sleepy afterwards and I can't stand it. I don't like it, and so I've just kind of. But I'm not like starving myself. I'm not like fasting or anything. If I'm hungry, I'll fucking eat. Happy 4th, damned. How are you? Oh, the freedom. I mean, I wish I had the freedom not to hear fireworks at 6:30 in the morning. ADHD in general can cause disordered eating disorders, but ADHD medication can fuck that up even more without proper help. That's what we were talking about. Thank you. Yeah. Intermittent fasting, when done responsibly, when you know what you're doing, but Mel, I'm sure because why would you follow Gwyneth Paltrow or the Goop stuff in any way, shape, or form? But I don't either. But unfortunately, her existence crosses my path once in a while because I do love makeup and skincare stuff. And I tend to watch a lot of skincare and makeup YouTubers, and they love to tear her ass open for her ridiculous skincare and shit. But recently, she did an interview about how she's healing long COVID with intuitive intermittent fasting, and she looks like walking death. She's so thin and so gray. And I just hope she has someone close to her that she trusts to say, bitch, eat something. You can't, you're dying. Ooh, it makes me sad because I feel like no one with disordered eating thinks they have disordered eating. Well, maybe some, but most. It starts off small, like, oh, I'm just doing intuitive intermittent fasting to do natural healing from long COVID. Gwyneth Paltrow, the Goop Queen. I'm surprised she didn't claim Jade Eggs did it or something. Pitsy, same. I've been told the way I eat is intermittent fasting, but I've never looked into that or done that on purpose. I just don't eat breakfast because it makes me tired and I fucking hate it. I used to be forced to eat breakfast when I was a kid and it always made me sick. I know, Mel. No, it's the Goop shit, man. We all know she's a nut. I mean, nothing surprises me, but this new shit, I just really hope no one deserves to starve themselves to death with people near them being like, "Oh yeah, your intuitive intermittent fasting is definitely turning out well for you." I have an aunt that it took me many years to realize she has an eating disorder. She loved to bake but never eats any of it. Oh, yeah, I have that exact aunt. She has food allergies, but I highly doubt it. I have an aunt who she kind of does the similar thing. She loves to cook big meals but doesn't eat any of it. But she does I think it's called orthorexia. She goes to the gym and walk runs on a treadmill for 6 hours a day every day and watches Fox News. That's a whole bag of bad. But like she's 74 now. This is my aunt with the huge Dolly Parton boobs because she decided to go to Vegas, find a surgeon, and say, "Do what you think looks good." So, not the brightest tool in the shed, but it's a disease. Like she is maybe 90 pounds. She has been that way my whole life, and she was the one that worked for a plastic surgeon for a while. And I remember she came to a family gathering and like she couldn't sit right, and we were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And she goes, "I had liposuction on my belly." And he couldn't find any fat to suck out. Ha 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 ha. Who the fuck? What surgeon would try to do liposuction on someone who's 90 pounds? Who does experimental liposuction? Crazy. She's a nut, but I feel very bad for her because it's absolutely just long term, enabled eating weirdness that's turned into this orthorexia bullshit thing. I too have a food allergy. I ate and got fat. Me too. Mine is that like I eat it and then I want more. It's so weird and more. Podcasts are great for treadmills, 100%. I love me a good podcast or like listening to an audiobook. Wait. Most antibodies are basically suicide bombers, but the body makes that out of the nutrients it gets from food. Fasting seems like a stupid idea. Thank you for saying it. When you're sick, your body is expending more calories to fight the sick. You gotta eat more. What the fuck? A surgeon with no morals. That's what I said. I mean, it's just crazy. A crooked person. That's what I mean, the whole family was appalled and she was cackling like it was the funniest thing that had ever happened to her. That someone tried to do liposuction on her nothing. It's just, I can't even describe it. The looks on everyone's faces around a dinner table just going, she's cracked. It's happened. She's still laughing about this. Okay. And she couldn't sit because she had like that weird, they put like it's like a corset or something on you so that where they poked in that creepy like wandy thing doesn't swell up with fluid or whatever. I got no hate against plastic surgery. Surgery just in general freaks me out. Ooh, the fourth book of the Wicked and Divine. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Saga's so good. Oh, time in. You're reading some of my absolute favorites and literally ones that like. The Wicked and Divine was gifted to me from someone in stream, and it's like literally the book of all of them, and I fell in love with it because of the art. But the Saga books, I quite literally bought the first in the Saga series just because of the art. I was in some comic book store. I always go to comic book stores when I travel because I'm usually bored out of my mind and I need something to read. So I go and I'm just looking and I'm like, oh, titties. Such a good series, though. Oh my god. Dr. Cash Grab, yeah. And unfortunately, like unfortunately, anybody that was around in the early 2000s, I think we all watched a reality show about plastic surgery or like modeling once or twice on accident or otherwise. And the plastic surgery ones, I swear to God, the nurses are always patients that become nurses and then work at the clinic. And then they just work there to get more and more stuff done. And I'm like, where are the ethics? Where are the ethics there, man? I did intermittent fasting for a bit to break some late night snacking, but that stopped once it got a bit controlly. And that's how I try and keep my relationship with food. And that's how I try and keep my relationship with food, not controlly, right? Adjust as needed, but always put my brain and my body's comfort first when it tells me, and work hard with cues, not go back to calories, trust the process. It's not working now after the last year of shit, but but it got me better, so it will again. Dude, 100%, and I believe, like, what you're doing is intuitive eating. I think something that broke in a lot of us that were, like, raised in that diet culture, fat-free, sugar-free culture, is none of us were just taught to, like, listen to your stomach. When you're full, listen to your stomach when you're hungry. It was like, these are the 3 meals a day, you clean your fucking plate. So, like, to this day, I have no clue, like, the way I just know what time I need to eat. Like, as an adult, I just know by, like, around 6 PM, I need to have a snack if I haven't snacked yet because I'm gonna get real weak real fast. But if I'm really busy or I'm traveling or something, I'll forget, like, you just get weak and you start to fall apart. Like, you can feel it. That's my hunger response, is I start to feel weak. My stomach doesn't go gurgle, gurgle, because I just was, I think a lot of us are that way, though. Me too. Trouble. I see that way on my period, too. Like, 100%. I've looked into it. You burn a lot of extra calories with that cramps. That's a lot of extra M&Ms I can have. I don't count calories, though. I was going to say that, Lizzie, like, same with me when I was younger and going through, like, college and bad breakup, and I ate my feelings, and I got a little bigger than I've ever wanted to be. I remember I got into, like, macro counting and calorie counting because I've always kind of had, like, the mindset that the simplest answer is probably the answer, and magic diets aren't real. Because my mom raised me on magic diets and they weren't real. None of them. There's no such thing as a magic diet. There's no such thing as like a magic way of eating. So I kind of went with like just calories. I was like, it's math. I can do math. That's easy. And it logically makes sense that the amount of calories in, amount of calories out. Yeah, I can do that. But because I was undiagnosed at the time, but diagnosed OCD numbers with me. I have to stay away from, like, we don't have a scale in the house. I have a food scale in the kitchen, but it doesn't measure that high. Like, I don't have it. And it's not because it's like I'm going to stop eating. I just can't. It becomes like a video game. Beating the numbers. It's no longer about the calories. It's no longer about the nutrition. It becomes more like, how many times a day can I eat in this calorie restriction? Like, it becomes a video game in my head and I can't stop myself. It's so stupid, and I know it can become unhealthy. Like, I've watched it. I like, caught myself in it and was like, "Oh, bad, Katie." Like, when I was, trying to lose weight when I was in college because I got bigger than I ever wanted to be. I got to my goal weight that I knew was, like, a healthy weight. I felt healthy. I was in all my original clothes that I went to college in, and yet was like, "But I could do more. This is so easy," because it became a video game. Dangerous. And that was the day I threw my scale out the window. I was like, "Oh, no." And so now I just go by how my fucking clothes fit. Yep, there's no good foods, no bad foods, everything in moderation. Agreed. Infinite Divine, I don't know if I've heard of that one. The Wicked and the Divine, I used to have it near my desk. I'll have to grab it and show it to you. It's really pretty. It's the one I have. It's like this huge hardback, but the art, it's very like 90s Final Fantasy-esque. I would say it's like that kind of like sketchy, watercolory, but looks really clean and really finished at the same time. If that makes sense, it's beautiful. It's really well done. Bored eating, that's why I have weed. Weed and like 50 beverages, because I'm the same, very much like I don't put all my sense into Freud's shit, but there is something to be said about people who are oral and anal. If you know psychology terms, that just means, you're quiet or not. I'm definitely like orally fixated. I'm either talking or chewing on a piece of gum or chewing on my lip or drinking a beverage. So I usually have like 4 different beverages around me and my weed, and my mouth is then satisfied. Because same, bored, yeah. The biggest rule I was told by an eating disorder clinician was ignore diet foods. Oh, the weirdest thing is that the one thing that, like, I can't remember, I read it somewhere and I was like, how did I not see that? Was that when you buy something that says sugar free, but it still mystically tastes good and people are eating it, they've just replaced it with something else. So, like, things that are sugar free are usually insanely high in saturated fat and vice versa. So you're not beating any fucking game. It's better just to get like, if you want a Coke, have a Coke. As opposed to Diet Coke, which has that fucking aspartame in it, can kill you. Yeah. Eating your feelings, I wouldn't know about that. We've all been there. My first reaction to stress is loss of appetite. That's me. Not, well, stress, depression. I had some, Nineless, I had something really weird happen to me when I was in college. I went through my first, like, big breakup, my me first love cheated on me. And got real sad. Dropped like 40 pounds in like for 2 months or less. It was sick because I just stopped. I couldn't eat. It was crazy. Like, I've always been someone I like good food. Like, I don't just eat to eat, but I fucking like a good flavor. Like, I like good food. And I remember, it's a weird memory. It's always stuck with me because it's like the moment I realized I needed to go to a therapist, that I was definitely breaking down at some point. I can't remember, was it Pizza Hut? I ordered like a Pizza Hut meat lovers pizza. Like, just this fucking nasty, cheesy, greasy, delicious because I hadn't eaten in so long. I was like, this is something that's got to get my taste buds going. Like, I have to want to eat this when it arrives at my house. And it arrived, and I remember bringing it in my bedroom, and I had this big, like, fucking California King that my neighbors gave me their old mattress, and I put the pizza in the middle of the bed and opened it and sat there and sat with it, and I just kept huffing it, and I couldn't get fucking hungry. And I ended up just closing the lid and giving it to my roommate and going on a walk. It was just fucking mind-bending. Because never. I could be post-Thanksgiving full, and I don't think I could turn down a piece of Meat Lover's pizza. Who could? Fuck. I couldn't. Like, I had nothing. I was, like, dead inside. It was so fucking bizarre. But when I was in the unhealthy relationship, I ate myself stupid. So I don't know what the difference between those. I don't know which one was, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely have both sides of the coin. I just don't know. I think when I was in a Nikki relationship, I replaced the love I wasn't getting or wasn't perceived to be getting with food. I think. And then when someone, cheats on you and breaks up with you after you find out that they cheated on you and they like beat you to it, then you're just like, ah, fuck, why live? I don't know what those are though. Probably just different levels. I haven't gone through them in a bit. This was literally when I was like 20. It was a bit ago. Stress pression. That one. That might be it. Psycho. Actually, I haven't got to get my new controller because the fucking post office is 4th of July. Need I say more? They're closed. Zach let me borrow some. It's actually a really weird controller. He let me borrow. He had to take his Xbox controller back, and he let me borrow this until I'm able to go get my controller. Is it Steam? It's like the Steam Glow or some shit. What is this thing? It has no symbol on it at all. What is this? What is this? Luna, it's a Luna. Amazon? Is it Amazon Luna or something? I don't know. I think he was sent it for free. It's okay. I still like Xbox controllers better just because they're beefier. This one, it's got very much a PlayStation controller feel. It's really small. Like, I notice when I was playing Destiny, like, you click down the left joystick to run. I noticed that I accidentally push it down, like, while shooting someone in Crucible. So, like, I'll be at the brink of headshotting someone, and my character will put their gun down and start to run, and I'm like, what the fuck? But I won't throw it because it's not mine. But the fury in my soul, oh my god. Couldn't even tell you. I'm just trying not to break this. There's the little Amazon swoop on the back. Found it. I've since gotten a lot of help. I've gotten medicated and take it seriously. I do talk in group therapy. Good. Better all around. And food eating is still something to work on. I think it's something we work on forever. Because same. I think especially, I mean, this isn't new news to any of us, but like the way your brain is going to consistently function and run for your entire life is pretty much set in the first 2 years of your life. Whoever influences those first 2 years gets say on how this shit fucking runs the rest of it. And I feel like when we're an adult, we're just like trying to replace the gears with something else. I don't know if it ever works because I still think about that shit. Like, it's almost like Catholicism in there. The weird, diet food, sugar-free food, obsession, numbers, bullshit, what size is your body, whatever. Happy Treason Day. I don't know, is it? Oh, they have their own cloud gaming service. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. It does. It's, so it's got the little guy in the middle, and then if I can get it, the mat where it shines, it's like there we go. It's a triangle with dots on all 4 sides. Is that a thing with Amazon? Or is that like the Luna symbol, maybe? See what I mean? It's really hard to see. But she in there. That's the Luna symbol? Okay. I don't have that. I just needed something to play a game with, and I didn't want to break his controller. Xbox controller's clone. What do you mean by that? I prefer the symmetric sticks on the PS better. Also, the advanced haptics and built-in speakers are insanely immersive. It's all down to what it feels like in my hands. Since the very first PlayStation controller, I've just been like, what is this, a controller for ants? I don't like them. I don't even have huge hands. I just like to hold. I kind of just want a controller that's like a Nintendo controller again, just like a square. Just give me a box to hold in my hands, because the smaller it is, like I have this is personal. I don't think there's a better controller either way. It's really personal preference, obviously. But like me always, you know how some people do the like with their controller? My weird thing is I squeeze my controller so hard and I don't realize I'm doing it. Like by the end of one match in Crucible, I'm like peeling myself off of an Xbox controller. So the smaller the controller is and the more I can get my fingers around it, the worse that is. It's terrible. I just like I've actually been holding a PlayStation controller and my hands were squeezing so tight and they were so sweaty that it popped out of my hands like a fucking dildo. I'm just like when I'm playing PvP stuff. So the bigger the controller, the less I can cramp my fucking fist down. I think that's probably a big part of it. What? How many? Did I say 4 sides? Dude, shut up. Did I say 4 sides out loud? Let's not talk about it. I was actually terrible at geometry. I know how many fucking sides a triangle has, but I hated geometry. Side note, really bad at it. Really bad. To this day, I'm a graduate. I have like multiple degrees. I worked in hospitals and shit. I cannot find the distance, the shortest distance between points A and B. Still can't fucking do it. Fuck me. Swim across the river, bitch. They are. They're too small. It meant more like the shape. I think they are really small. No, you're right. I could hold my PlayStation controller when I was 13. Now my hands are way too big. Maybe I can't palm a basketball, but I am 6 feet tall. I think my hands are like, what's the word? Proportional? Proportional. I think my hands are proportional to being 6 feet tall, but I cannot palm a ball. Like that's usually the sign of a large-handed bitch, and I can't. But maybe it's because I have long fingers and not a lot of palm. You know? I know it. My fingers hurt so bad sometimes after, I mean, when I'm playing, like, when I play Destiny offline, just fucking around, I can only play maybe 2, maybe 3 Crucible matches in a row, and I have to set the controller down and do this, and, like, snap all my fingers and, like, crack them back and shit, because my hands just hurt. And I can't, like, it's subconscious. I'm paying attention to the match. I don't even realize what's happening until it's done, and then I'm like, oh no. What does earthy mean? Good thing math isn't needed in medicine, right? Not geometry. I wouldn't have made it if geometry was needed. No shit, though. I had to go all the way through linear algebra. Ask me if I've used it. Might be grips. I don't know. I don't think I have insane grip strength. I think I just, for some reason, my brain's like, oh, maybe if we grip the controller harder, we'll be better. I don't know. It hurts, though. They get real stiff. Dude, I was actually going to mention that. I've been wanting to play DRG. Just for, I need a fun game that's not so competitive. Because I have, like, Diablo and I have Destiny, but, like, they make me angry sometimes. I need something to calm down. My voice, I don't know if you've noticed, my voice has been very rough lately. It's not from stream. It's because after stream, I scream at Destiny. And by the time I go to bed at night, I'm like, Zach's like, how was your day? I'm like it was stream. It's not. It's terrible. Abusive. A cozy game, but not boring. Like, that's what I like about DRG. DRG, it's like, it's still got, it's, you know, it's kind of, you still have to use some brain pieces, but not like all of them. I don't know. You know? I don't like a boring game. I never want a boring game. It's maybe just not competitive. I think that's it. Like, I'm not a, that's a lie. I'm not a competitive person. I just play competitive matches every night for 6 hours. I'm gonna have to talk to my therapist about that one. Dude, a lot of people have been saying something about Dave the Diver. What is it? Same thing with keyboard. You do more damage if you press the buttons harder. It's true. I've flicked keys off my keyboard when I used to play ESO. Like jamming my fingers in them, trying to go up to a number real fast. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, dude, Mel, I will. I can't use the PS controller. The claw hand grip you need feels old. Like it's not secure. The new Xbox controllers feel much more comfortable in my hands. I feel like I have a good grip, but don't need to hold on for dear life. I kind of feel this, like, I think maybe because the first, like, consoles I ever had were all PlayStations, I kind of resented them because the moment I got my hands on a bigger controller, I was like, oh, this is what it's like to relax with something in your hands. Whereas the PlayStation controller, I felt like I had to, like, baby it and like make sure it stayed in my hands. The Xbox controller, it's got a little bit of weight to it. I don't know though. To each their own. If you have an Xbox controller you don't want, send them here. We go through them for some reason. Earth? Wait, what does that mean though? Well, what does that mean? Earth, air, fire, bitch. What does that mean? I What's the blue and the red? Oh, I have an air hand. Is that like an airhead? But instead of having my hand up, nope. Stop it. I have an air hand, I guess. I could not get into No Man's Sky, man. No Man's Sky, and there was another one, Astroneer. I just like within 5 minutes, I find my brain just, I want to do something else immediately. I don't know what it is. I tried. All my friends love them. I tried so bad. I've literally recently, within the last month, I re-downloaded Astroneer and tried it again, and I was like, fuck, boring. Good Mystic Stardew Valley and Yakuza. Jeez, it's a big amalgam of genres. Did we watch? I think we feel like we watched a trailer for that. Nothing screws you over like that good old dude. What the fuck was that middle dick for? Or which dick was it? One of the dicks you never put your hands on. You never fucking used ever. It was a Trident controller that you used like this. What the fuck? I mean, Psycho, I would just do side quests on Diablo off stream, honestly. Do you want to do Diablo today? We can if you're free. I feel bad just asking in the middle of stream. I didn't know if shit would actually work today or that if I would have a controller. But Zach let me borrow his again. But we could do more main story. I'm such a sucker for all the fucking cutscenes. Dog fart bender. Oh my god. Did we watch the Shadowline one? I don't remember I'm bad with names. Dude, Nineless, right? Everybody loves Astroneers. I couldn't get into it. I don't know. It just got so... Maybe because it's just, like, really yellow. I don't know. I feel like my brain very much needs, like, so much input from a game to pay attention to it thoroughly that it's kind of got to be like a Diablo or something where it's like, look at the fucking puke on the screen. Otherwise, like, when I'm gaming offline, if I don't have a chat to talk to, I usually have, like, 2 different people's streams up on one monitor, a game, and a podcast I'm listening to. And I still gotta get up every hour to, like, fucking just shake it off. It's terrible. And I'm medicated, man. A PS1 driving rig? Was it one with, like, an actual controller? Yeah, the N64 one, remember? It had, like, 3 tines. And you always used only 2 tines. I'm trying to remember, it's been so long since I saw one of those controllers. But there was a tine on it that you quite literally never touched. A wheel and pedals? Oh, jelly. Wait, is it actually Britney singing? I feel bad for her. Hold on. Let me try to give you a permit. They took away my goddamn permit button. Although last time I did this, it worked, so maybe. Try. For a while, I couldn't even permit people in my own channel, and I don't know why. Yes. Sometimes things work appropriately and it gives me much pleasure. Much pleasure. This song's got like 30 seconds. Pause, bitch. Yeah, it's like a trident. Upside down, kind of. I don't, man, it's been so long. I played a lot of N64 too. Psycho, bless your heart. Everyone dumps on the N64 controller, but it's the first one with an analog stick, AF. Dude, I didn't hate it. I just didn't understand that one tine. You know, one of the tines, the trident, was just unused. I think it had like the little yellow buttons on it. Was it the D-pad? Like they tried to kill off the D-pad for a while. Or something. Man. It's been too long. My brain is starting to forget. And that's not a good sign. Stop it, autoplay. I will fucking slay you. Oh, shut up. What? House of Flies and Brittany? No. Okay. It doesn't sound slowed down at all. Do these just fit mystically together? Right? And Brittany doesn't sound slowed down, does she? It's it's Deftones with Brittany. Yeah. Louder? I can do that. This is so good. How does that even go? From your devil's cup. God, this is so well done. I'm kind of freaking... I would never have said these were the same tempo, but they're going together so well. No, Mel. Oh, fuck. Did I miss it? Hold on. I might have missed the link. Do you still have it? Do you still have it, booby? I might have totally missed it. I'm sorry. That was my fault. I don't see it. No. Oh, and we have the elephant rifle. I totally forgot. Who da thunk it? I don't. Not me. Not in a million years would I have thought I would enjoy this mix. Yeah. Me too. Because some mashups, it's just two songs on top of each other. Like there's no effort put in, or they just looked for two songs that the RPM matched, and they're like, "Look, I put that together. This was meant to go together." I'm just weird. I didn't think I'd like it. Nineless always. Moonlight's. Wait. Did we watch this? Didn't we watch the Piano Nightmare? Or am I fucking hallucinating? I might be fever dreaming. Cheers. It looks familiar, but it looks dope. Holland, gold fine. This is great. Dude, Hella DeVold, that is the smartest. Literally, have felt that way for so long, and I couldn't think of a way to express it. That is the best. This is what Hella DeVold said. A lot of end of 90s music was good music disguised as mid. Facts. Hard facts. They asked for it louder, Vissy. We were basking in the miraculousness of it. Nothing I say right now matters. We're basking! Basking! No, dude. I mean, just because I watched it on stream a week ago doesn't mean that everybody that was here today was here on that day. And it's a really fucking cool video. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I have to save this. That was so well done. So well done. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with that. What the fuck? Got it. That was really good. Okay, so you said ignore one of them. Which one am I ignoring? Ignore the invasion. One says new expedition. That's the one I'm supposed to not. I just fucking closed it. It's fine. I can get it back. That's the one, right? Fuck me, dude. It's like a joke. It would be funny if it wasn't so fucking tragic. I have no question from you, David. It might not have posted. I got nothing. I got nothing. I scrolled. I'm scrolling so long ago. It might not have posted, but I don't know. A medical question. You feel free to ask it again. I can do my best. I won't diagnose you, but I can definitely help you understand numbers and shit. Is this the one that looks like Destiny? Or do they just all look like Destiny to me now? Might be just Destiny. Take my dogs out real quick. Lil's doing the dog equivalent of sweating under my desk right now, which is just like really sad panting and a lot of drooling. And Trick's doing the same right there. And I think they just need to go outside and see that the world's not ending really quick. So quick break real quick. And then we'll, Britney Spears. I'll play the Britney Spears because I can hear the music while I'm out. I'll play the Britney Spears mix while I'm out. But yeah. Ugh. It doesn't help that, small house, one floor, and we're at street level. So everybody out in the streets lighting fireworks, it just echoes off of all the houses. So it's kind of like the lightning and thunder. When it scares the fuck out of me, they're hearing all that like pop, 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 just crackling our house like a fucking drive-by. PB&J smoothie, dude, there used to be, I don't actually, probably still there, but there was a smoothie place in my college town called Robex, and they had a really good PB&J smoothie back in the day. It was fucking dope. Hold on, where's that? Where is it? Where is it? Wait, it's Children of Bodom with Brittany? Okay. Let's see if it sells us. Quick break, my dudes. Stand up and stretch your dicks, clicks, and your non-binary bits. I'm gonna see, he's already run off. I'm just gonna take my dogs out to make sure they know the world isn't on fire and it's not ending. And, I'll make sure the world's not ending and it's not on fire or whatever. Burbs. It's okay, Pinky Toe. You're worth everything to me. Are Pinky Toes worth everything to anything? I've broken my pinky toes so many times by just violently stubbing them on wooden furniture and otherwise, and it hasn't really affected my life in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if pinky toes are as important as they think they are. You know what I'm saying? But have you ever fucked up your big toe? That fucks up your life. You can't walk without that motherfucker, but your pinky toe, you're just don't wear as tight of shoes for the day. I literally had the side of my foot go black and I could still walk around. Finding things? What do you mean? If the two of them ever teamed up, that'd be insane. Wait, who? The two of who? LS. Wait, is that the drummer person? That's another name I don't want to insult. Is that the drummer person that was amazing? Imagine them together. Yeah, I was gonna say, I would never compare. Imagine them together, though. Hot Sex. Hot sex. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what pinkies are for, to remind you the pain is part of life. Oh my God, Chronicle. How did I not put that? Yeah, no, you're right, though. Nope, that was just my stupid brain. No, you're right. Pinky toes are stupid. I hate mine. I jam that thing into, like, someday I'll realize how tall I am. It'll happen. Big toes are like the bouncers. What? Small, in the way, useless? I dropped my phone on my big toe. Oh my God. Jade, you know what's funny? I have a big toenail like that. Like, it's looks normal. I guess this is so gross. If anybody has like a phobia or feet whatever. If Magnissimo's here, Magnissimo fucking hates feet. Runners. So when I first started running years ago now, I have no idea. I was in college. I started running and my big toe on my right foot just fell off. Like the whole toe, not my big toe, my big toenail. If I didn't say that, sorry, my big toenail fell off. But there was already a toenail underneath, like half of a toenail totally grown, so it didn't hurt. It wasn't weird. I didn't have like a gushy toe. But I went to my foot doctor and I was like, why do I like have a toe fungus or something? Like I was freaking out thinking something was wrong with my feet, like maybe my shoes were wrong. And he straight up told me it's totally normal for runners' toenails to just fall off. And ever since that, like every 6 months, every 6 months or so, my big toenail falls off, but there's already a nail underneath. It's crazy, and it looks normal all the time. I guess that's normal. I don't fucking know. I wear good shoes. I'm comfortable. I know it's weird and gross. It makes me feel weird and gross, but like I'm not gonna stop running for my toenail. I don't give a fuck about my toes. I know. I guess that's normal. It's like the constant pressure doing this on the nail beds, I guess can cause like them to start to just slowly pop off. And the slow pop off means that the nail underneath, there's a dog hair stuck in my face somewhere, just starts. I don't fucking, feet are gross. Feet are gross. Just one. I just shed one. Muggin, absolutely. Hold on. If I can type permit before my mods do. They took away my permit button. I used to be a lot faster at this, but I'll get it. They took it away because they're ass hats. No, they're probably fine. They probably don't even know what they've done. Turn around EU. Of course he is. Like, I can afford, dude, travel this year. Honestly, I love going to Europe. I went there last year. This literally a year ago. I was hugging Lizzie. It's so expensive this year. I mean, I've never spent over $1,100 on a flight anywhere, and I couldn't find a flight under $1,900 to go anywhere. It's fucking like it's over. I mean, seriously, like after deciding we weren't going to go to France, I was like, well, maybe we could go to like London like a little bit later and go visit my friends and stuff. And Zach was like, yeah, let's do that. The flights are like over $1,500. It's fucking insane. Tour dates. Oh, Switzerland, Germany, Luxembourg, Germany, Denmark, Germany, Poland, Chechnya, Czech Republic, America, Austria. Yeah, it's all EU. What a bum. Request a show. Denver, Colorado. Imagine. But if you're in EU, you should go see him. He's very talented. Probably a fucking fun show too. 1K for a Christmas flight from VA to MN back. What the fuck? Why? I've been to the Czech Republic. That's I don't think it's pronounced Chechnya, but I think I was taught Chechnya. It's Czech. Something. Dumb American brain is all I was saying. Not that was America. You know what I mean. Check out that republic. Oh. Why would they list it? I mean, I wonder if that's like how the locals say it is Czechia. Instead of Czech Republic. Like, is like, you know how, you know what I mean? Chechnya is in Russian. Oh, fuck me. Okay. I've amalgamated too much in my brain. Oops. It's happened. Is that like calling, what was it? Not Ukraine. There was something. Oh, it's like the Russian pronunciation of the city Kyiv was Kiev. So therefore pronouncing it Kiev was kind of, solidarity with Russia, and calling it Kyiv was solidarity with Ukraine. Is it kind of similar to that? Like a popular mispronunciation because reasons, people? I've had surgery 4 times, my big toes for ingrowns. Dude, one of my brothers had his scraped off so many times. So much sympathy. Yeah, dude, feet. Oh, you have flat feet too. Yeah, you got the fucking ringer of it. All my feet problems I've done to myself. I can't really complain. Like it's all from running, and my doctor multiple times has told me running's terrible for me. It's terrible for everybody, but what are you gonna do? I don't want to go to the gym. Czech Republic is middle of EU and is next to my country. Chechnya is in Russia. That's oh, so well maybe. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that one because I'm an ignorant fuck. I'm not. I have nothing to stand on with that one. I had to pay for my education, and a lot of it I was very hungover. Oops. My bad. Yeah, Ukrainian isn't Russian. It makes a difference now. Yeah, it's kind of similar to something like that, like just a common mispronunciation, but also not at all. And Chechnya is in Russia. Chechnya is Russia, or Chechnya is in Russia? I've been to the Czech Republic, but I have not been to Russia. They are different places. I don't, but it sounds like Chechia or Chechia was Czech Republic or vice versa. I went there like 3 years ago and it was called Czech Republic when I was there. I don't fucking know though. I know they don't speak Russian. The alphabet was similar, but I did not understand a fucking thing. Mm-hmm. Yep. We went to Prague. It was kind of a fuck story, actually. Like, it was fun. I had food poisoning the whole time this entire trip. I had food poisoning. It was fucking terrible. And the, like, ringleader of our travel group at the time is a very flamboyantly gay charge nurse. And if you don't work in medicine, that means their personality is very forthcoming. They're afraid of nothing and they take lead all the time. And he's amazing. He plans our entire trip literally. And we're just like, here's our money. And then we all go as a group and it's super fun. And he thought it would be really hilarious and fun to have us sleep on a fucking riverboat in Prague. Sure, cute, but like no running water. It was all brown. It was really creepy, and the whole thing did this like on the river. And because we were on a riverboat, it knocked us down. So like our windows were at perfect street level. So all the cigarette smoke of the city would just come straight through our boat, and then it would sit on top of the water all night long. And I mean, any other time, this might have been kind of like a weird, like, ooh, like casinos in Vegas smell like cigarettes time. But with food poisoning and no running water, I was living off of like bottled seltzer water, and I truly wanted to die. Like there were a few moments I was like, Mom, just push me in the water. Just do it. No one will think you did it. I'm so sick. Just push me in the water. This is so fucking bad. It was so bad. City was so beautiful though, and some of the coolest like architecture and art I've ever got to see. Like city art. Most cities I've ever been to, just they put up the fucking fug ugliest shit. I don't get it. I'm not one for modern art, I guess. I like stuff that actually looks like something. Like if I need a plaque to tell me what it looks like, okay. Not my favorite. I went to Prague, which is Czech Republic, right? So what's Czechia? Czechia. Because that's what's listed on those dates. That's how this whole conversation started. I was just curious. I assumed maybe that was just a different language of spelling Czech Republic or a different way. You know? Like how people back in the day used to call Russians Ruskies, and that came from the way that Russians call themselves Paparuski. Common mispronunciations that just stem from playing telephone, kind of. Chechnya is a region annexed by Russia. But Chechia, that's literally how it's spelled. I know it sounds like I'm saying Chechia now. I'm not. Chechia, I'm not trying to be insulting. That's the official name of the Czech Republic. Just getting my shit straight. Because again, just trying to learn. Not trying to be disrespectful. I'm dumb. I'm still trying, man. I'll die trying. I can't believe this day in 1776, Lin-Manuel Miranda signed the Declaration of Independence. It's truly incredible how long people have been violently shitting their own pants. Perfect. I appreciate you, Spicy. Slow learner. Czech Republic is a country in the middle of the EU. I know. I still don't understand why that was the one place he chose to go. We went to, where did we go? Hold on. Germany and then Prague, and then back to, Germany, Prague, and then Austria. Austria is where we ended up in Salzburg. And it was beautiful, but I never understood, like, why Prague? It was cool. I mean, nothing really to do, but it was a cool city to walk around and feel very nauseous. This day in 7 days. Wait, also, I was going to say, I learned, while I was in the Czech Republic, I learned that this is it's almost everywhere. I don't know of a country that makes this illegal, but if you order calamari at a restaurant that is landlocked, i.e. not touching salt water anywhere, it's totally legal for them to sell you calamari, but it's actually just diced up pig intestines, deep fried. So if you order calamari and there's no little squiggly squigglies, chances are it's a little oinkers squiggly squiggly, if you know what I mean. 30-minute orgasms. Crazy. I did. Spicy. No shit. If you... Twitter's a dead fucking place, but it just so happens that the banner on my Twitter page is that mausoleum, because that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, I forgot that was in Prague. I really was so fucking ill that whole trip. It was terrible. Sweated through mattresses, my dudes. I have never seen that. I did it. It was so gross. I was a fucking silly fuck, but that was really cool. I just mix up the trip in my head. I can't remember what was where, because I was like fever dreaming half the time. He did, though. You can see it. You can see his name on it. Back then, he spelled it John Hancock. What a fuck. And they're weird. I bet it was changed to Ellis Island. What I know is that during Eurovision, they requested they be entered as Czechia, not Czech Republic. Cool. I think you should be called whatever you want to be called, to be honest. It's pig buttholes. Yeah. That's a thing. Like in America, across America, if you don't get the squiggly squigglies with your calamari, you can ask, and they legally have to tell you whether or not it's actually calamari. And chances are it's totally pig butthole, which is insane and really cool. Like, eat all the animal. Just sell it to me for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Czechia, the Czech Republic, both are acceptable. The shorter name Czechia is preferred by the Czech government, if using more widely in English as the Czech Republic. Wait, no, I fucked that up. If using Czechia, clarifying the story that the country is more widely known in English as the Czech Republic. Interesting. Maybe we should all just accept it. They want to be called Czechia. Would that be stupid? Is that dumb to say? I tend to, BDO, I've always felt it a good general rule ever since the moment of the food poisoning, not to eat seafood in a landlocked place. I got food poisoning by eating airport sushi in Toronto on my way to Germany. Don't eat seafood in landlocked places, probably, just to be safe. Just to be safe. Just an idea, just to be safe. They want to be called Czechia, right? Czechia. Oh, it's Czechia. Thank you. Czechia. If that's what you want to be called, I'd rather just call you Czechia and not be part of the masses being like, well, see, they're giving an excuse for English to say Czech Republic, and I just, old dog, new tricks. Shut up. I'm an adult. I can do it. Chronicle, doesn't it have to be for safety reasons? I think it has to be for, like, there's, even, like, you go to any sushi place in the US, and they're like, it's the freshest sushi in the whole fucking world. It's absolutely frozen because it kills parasites. I think I learned that in food safety. Especially, like, Salmon, I learned that. I can't remember where I learned that. I was watching some documentary on sushi. It wasn't Jiro Dreams of Sushi, but it was something. And they talked about how salmon sushi, like salmon being involved in any sushi whatsoever, is actually a really, really new concept because salmon in the wild is one of the most parasite ridden fish ever because of its fat content. So, like, no one in their fucking right mind would have ever eaten it before the advent of freezing things to the point where things die, right? DJ, how are you doing? I hope the family's not fucking sweating their balls off. I hear that you guys are just hot again. Hot, hot, hot. When I was there this time last year, it was hot as balls. I remember it was so bad. Do you have AC? Fuck, dude, you're very lucky. I mean, our hotel had AC, but because we were traveling, we were walking around. But I just remember walking like down in London. Like Lizzie came and visited us when we were walking around down in the actual I can't remember if south or north side, but on our side where our hotel was, and the heat radiating, like it would just bounce off the buildings. And we would just go to the bridge to stand on it just to not be in that. The city was beautiful, but you'd just be sitting there and you could feel it. It was almost like sound waves hitting you of just heat. And I've been in some fucking heat, dude. That was hot. I felt very bad for anybody living in that city or that country with no heat or no AC, excuse me. That's human cruelty, dude. Yeah, salmon's fucked, right? And I honestly, like, I've never been a huge fan of salmon sushi. I feel like it's kind of bland. Like, it's kind of not, doesn't have a flavor or a taste. Atlantic salmon was naturally clean and Pacific wasn't. I don't know if there's a different trouble. You could be totally right. I honestly don't know. I just know, like, in Japan and stuff, until, especially with farmed salmon, it tends to be cleaner. They'll do sushi, but I want to, I can't remember the document. I don't know what the fuck I listened to or watched. I watched too much. That explains the TikTok I saw where they soaked salmon and so many squigglies came out. I'm sorry, what? Oh. Dude. What were they? So I saw not a TikTok, but when I was in Hey, dude, information is brain food. People that have hung out here for literally 15 minutes or more have to be accepting that they're gonna get hit with gross stuff eventually. When I think it was 4th grade, my teacher was teaching us why you cook meat to certain temperatures, I guess. That was the lesson. And what she did was she went and bought some pork chops or, pork chunks. Pork chops. I think they were pork chops. It was 4th grade, my dudes. It's been a bit. Pork chops, she brought them into the class, let them thaw in the sink in the plastic, like in the plastic and the foamy thing, whatever, but didn't expose it to air or anything. She didn't cheat with the thing, but just let it thaw until it was totally room temperature. And then she had us all come outside with her, and she had like a bin, like a storage bin, plastic storage bin kind of thing. And it was full of, I want to say bleach. It smelled like bleach to me, but it was probably cleaning chemicals of some kind. And she like took tongs and dropped the pork chops into it. Samesies. Apparently, though, these days we've taken care of trichinosis for the most part, which was the big old nasty wormies that would attach in your intestines and give you the no-nos. But that fucked me up as a kid. Oh my God. I was like, I don't eat shit uncooked unless it's steak. Steak can be pink. Everything else, burn it. I'm so petrified of getting a fucking worm. That stuff ruined me. But it's like, the lesson was if you cook the meat over a certain temperature, it kills the eggs of these little wormies. Whereas just that, 3 to 4 hours it takes to thaw something frozen to room temperature, the little eggs crack and you've got the little in the meat. Hoo-hoo! God damn, fucking gross. And disinformation is squigglies for the brain. That's true. Right? Like, honestly, I'd rather someone gross me out and tell me a story that's informative about how salmon's used to be very parasite filled and that's why it needs to be fucking frozen before it's eaten, as opposed to being fed unfrozen salmon as it's a delicacy and it's never been frozen, it's fresh out of the lake, and then I get fucking worms in my brain. I guess if I have worms in my brain, I don't really, maybe I wouldn't know. Oh, Oh no. Let's not. No, I prefer it this way. I like it this way better. This is better. This is better. Dude, spicy. You just got to get I mean, honestly, any like above board licensed food distributor sushi place is going to have salmon that has been frozen and then thawed cuz I don't think anyone wants to kill their fucking patrons. Right? Like that sounds stupid. I still eat sushi. I eat salmon sushi and shit. Like I just go to not an airport sushi distributor in Toronto. Don't go to that one. You will sweat everything out. Earworm. All I can think, have you ever seen, I don't even know what it is. I can't remember, but it's like a viral video or something. I think it's a horse's eye and there's like a little worm like in the eye juices. Oh no. That shit also haunts me. Little wormies freak me out. Little flatworms and shit, they can do a lot of damage and they're not that visible. Ugh. No, cities are not built to dissipate heat, especially cities like that. Like there are so many traffic stops and traffic holdups and lights in that city that it's just a bunch of running cars at stops. I feel like. Like I've been in some terrible cities, but at least you get to drive like a quarter mile before the next stop. Usually in the main part where it's like stop lights. But down there it's like meh, and everybody drives a stick, so it's that and the exhaust comes out and the city just boils, dude. It was sweltering. I come from Colorado where it's fairly fucking hot, and I was hot. Same. That shit, ugh, I can't. It literally makes my skin crawl to think of those, like, eye ones. Norway came up with salmon sushi. No shit. No shit, Wayside. Were you the ones that came up with how to, like, freeze it so the parasites, you know, or whatever potential nonsense was in them was harmless? Or did you start the farming of clean salmon or something? I don't really know how it started. But I know it was like it's one of the most recent fish we consume as a sushi product because wild salmon was like, you gotta cook that fucking shit or smoke it or something. You had to kill like parasites because it's fat content, I think, right? I believe like the higher the fat content of a sea animal, the more likely maybe, but blubber doesn't have parasites, maybe? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't want squigglies in me. That's it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but even though sushi's not cooked, they soak the fish in vinegar or other caustic condiments that get rid of the parasites. They don't, not always. A lot of the fish, quite literally, is frozen to a certain freezing point, so it kills everything, and then they thaw it and literally just slice it. So, like, I'm not an expert on sushi, but I've had a lot. I enjoy sushi. There's multiple forms of it. There's rolls with the seaweed. There's, rolls with the fish on the outside and the seaweed on the inside or whatever, and rice all over them. And then there's just a slice of fish. That's sashimi, I believe. Like just fish, like a fucking slice of raw fish. And I don't believe that is treated in any way, shape, or form. They usually give you a little dish of like soy sauce and then a little mound of what they sell as wasabi, but it's probably green horseradish next to it. And you can dip it and do whatever you want. Sushi, which is like a rice ball and then a little bit of wasabi and fish on top. Sometimes like depending on the fish that they're putting on the little rice ball, they brush it with soy sauce or something like that. But very like most of the time it's just sliced and put on. It's the freezing that's the crucial point. Correct me if I'm wrong on that though, my dudes. Tuna, most popular sushi in Japan, is flash frozen frequently in Japan, and I know this for a fact. I would believe you. Sushi's my favorite. Or I mean tuna. Tuna's my favorite. I used to hate it when I was younger. I thought it was gross. And then I learned to appreciate sushi for what it is, not just a vessel of soy sauce, and I fucking like it now. Heat bubbles, because of like the cars and shit like that. Hold on, we have this video that bullets hitting bullets. Wait, how? Wait. No, don't you dare autoplay. Bullets hitting bullets. I kind of want to see. Is it in slow motion? Is this more pretty eye crack? Just go to reputable places, Spicy. Like, I've never been to a place. I mean, I'm one of those people. I look for the hole in the wall restaurants because I truly believe they have the best food. Like the places run by mom and pop that have a 10-year-old license. But I truly don't believe there is any restaurateur that's an established restaurant that's been around for a bit that wants to kill their patrons. Like, they want you to come back. So what's the point in making you sick? Don't be paranoid. Just go to places that don't feel dirty. Right? We just watched one. Oh my God. DJ, we watched the slow-mo guys shooting an elephant gun through ballistic gel, I think. I think that was what. Yeah, ballistic gel. And getting to watch like the fucking like fire explosion of the smoke and like heat and all the cool, just that is fucking eye candy to me. I don't know, this into guns. That was really fucking cool. I'm gonna follow that channel. I mean, the slow-mo videos do it enough for me, but I love that he kind of talks. He breaks. He was. What am I trying to say? He was really, really good at explaining things that I don't in general. Like, I know the general gun anatomy, but like that was really cool. Seeing in the bisection of different bullets and like them looking at the space where air can get trapped and create that fire before it even exits the gun. That was fucking sick. Yes, let me give you a link. I'll give you a link to the video, and then we can all get there. Oh, trouble, bless. Bless you. You beat me. I do it again. Twinsies. Twinning! Excuse me. Dude, I know. Well, Vex, I was, no shit. I was complaining about this yesterday. What is today? No, Sunday. But I feel like I've hit this weird algorithm point on YouTube where it just keeps feeding me the same shit over and over and over and over again. Like old music I've heard a million times before. I'm not getting anything new anymore. I don't know what I've done. Nothing. I have to go and like without you guys, like how would I just look for that? I don't know. It's a miracle I found that dude who does the little figurines of like Ghibli shit. Well, not little, but he does the Ghibli, like, you know, stuff. Very talented. Much happy. Same, cool. Is it all of us? Okay, those algorithms are fucked. There was a really sweet spot for a moment where I could play a couple music videos that I was aware of, like just on a list, and then scroll down, and there would be suggested things that I was very clearly not familiar with. Like I didn't know the name, didn't recognize the thumbnail, and I'd click on it, and I'd at least get exposed to new shit. But like now, I feel like if I click on a creator and you scroll, you have to scroll for 6 hours before you find something that's not made by that exact creator that you've already watched a million times. But it's out there. I know it's out there. There's new shit everywhere. Master Mark, thank you for enjoying wonderful things with us. Enjoy brownies. Oh my God, yum. Jealous. And watch what is that? Veritism? YouTube is feeding the same shit you've already seen. That's what it feels like, because I get nothing. I mean, literally, it will give me videos from 4 years ago instead of something that was posted yesterday. I don't know what the fuck. Veritasium. What is that? Verisatium? I'm saying it wrong. It's happening. Is it a channel? Hold on, I want to sub to this one before I forget. Before I forget this, sorry. Smarter every day. Hard same. I might know the channel. I just never remember the names. It's terrible. Terrible habit. There. Oh. Oh, wow. All I typed was VER, and it was the very first thing that came up. This person must be, like, rubbed off to a few times a year, yeah? He's a bit more grad level channel, but he's good at... Dude, I'm into that. Even if I don't... How to get venom from the world's deadliest spider is the number 2 suggested video. It's like YouTube knows. Odd. Even if I don't fully understand a topic, if someone's really into it and passionate and sounds passionate and you can sense it, I'm sucked in. And I always learn a little something, you know? Is that his most recent vid? It was 13 days. Nope, his most recent vid is entropy, which is also a really, really cool concept. I only know entropy in terms of chemistry concepts, but entropy, it looks like it's going to be the physics of entropy, which, fuck no. Physics can suck my ass. I was so bad at physics. Like, I think I was honestly set up mentally by my professor. I've told you guys about him before. First day of class, we walk in and he goes, He's like 82, tenured, doesn't give a fuck. This is the #1 most failed class on campus. Good luck. Do you not have grandchildren, you fucking ass? People. They're the worst. Chemistry is, I know, I had to take it. Like, I squeaked. The only reason I passed physics was I did well in the labs. That was it. That was it.
When I tell you to come, you better come.
Perfect, Berla. Perfect. Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving names being so fucking long. I appreciate you. When I say come, you better come. Fucking sick, Katie. I know. I had to take physics. I had to take the trilogy of them, you know, the first whatever, 121, 122, 123, whatever's. And I passed them, but with the skin of my fucking teeth and living in the tutoring center because my teacher was an ancient asshat who was tenured. Like, I don't know. I feel bitter. I hope all of my friends, if they are professors for some reason, they get tenure. However, if none of you are professors and tenure's not an option, I secretly hope that shit's destroyed forever because I was fucked over by so many professors who were tenured and therefore did not have to try, give a fuck, have any office hours whatsoever, or have any investment in whether or not I succeeded in their class, and I hope they burn because I paid a lot of money for that fuck twat bastards. Lena, but does it, then nobody cares. Like, yes, you are correct. However, nobody cares. I talk about OChem too, how much I fucking hated OChem. Part of the reason is the professor I had. She was a young woman professor, which I was actually pretty excited for. Turns out she was 8 months pregnant. Not 8 months, because she didn't give birth. Well, it was a summer class, actually, so we only had her for 2 months. So maybe she was like around, she was fucking whack. Very obviously pregnant, petite person. And she would say regularly, I'm leaving after this quarter, so I'm not really caring. 0 office hours. Summer. Like, I paid for a summer quarter, which is more expensive and shorter. So, like, less amount of time to learn the same amount of material for OChem. For OChem! I absolutely take on a lot of the fault here. But, like, bitch. You know that mental bus I have in my head that I throw people over like once a week? She's got a permanent fucking spot, my dudes. Permanent fucking spot. I hope her kid was born with 3 legs. OChem's not easy. That was really, really hard, and I did terrible in it. Cheers. Had to take it twice. So many profs are shit at teaching, only go to research and papers. And I think there's a lot of, like, I could be totally wrong in this, but I think there's a lot. When you're a professor at a college, you don't just have to sign up to teach a bunch of classes. I think you have to be published and you have to be actively researching at the same time. And, like, there's a lot to it, which I appreciate. But, like, if you're going to apply for tenureship, it should be understood that you're going to take that on responsibly and not let arguably the most vital part, i.e. the education of your students, be the slack, where you slack. You know? Like, it wasn't my fault your hubby juiced in your poonanner. Have your baby in class. I don't give a fuck. I gotta learn OChem regardless of whether or not that thing's born a witch. Quantitative analysis. I don't think I had to take any analysis. I didn't have to take stats. Or like any. I just had to do. I remember I had to do all algebra, all calculus, and then trig, and then but like all the math up to linear algebra. I remember linear algebra was the worst and the last, and I just kept looking at this like, this is for people who code in a computer for a living. Why am I learning this? Thankfully, a lot of my friends were computer science majors, and they helped me. Demand a refund? Silver. Oh, no. Colleges don't. I mean, honestly, I don't know what the pure reaction would be of the finance department of any of the colleges I attended if I went in and said, my teacher is kind of being a bitch and refuses to have any office hours, can I get a refund? I think they might laugh at me. Because the way colleges, at least the way state schools in the US run, is once they got your money, you ain't getting that shit back. They're going to find a reason to keep it. They don't give a shit. And especially because this professor was leaving after this quarter to have a baby and leaving, like it's more effort for them to try to like look in on this teacher and figure out if she's actually doing her job or not than it is to just wait it out 2 months and say fuck me because they get to keep my money anyways. It's so fucked up. So fucked up. Happy Dread. I hope no one sets your yard on fire. Hypotenuse, am I right now? Math jokes, though. Statistics. Really, CJ, why did you have to take statistics? Honestly, I can't think who has to take statistics. Probably biology. Engineering? No. Why? Business. Oh, business. Yeah. Okay. I was nowhere near any business, like college or school or person that was in a business thing, so that didn't even come to mind. But yeah, no, you're totally right. Yep, anything economics, business, engineer stats, really? I should go with my first guess. I should not second guess myself. I wouldn't have guessed that. I didn't have to take it for chemistry, which was great, but I had to take genetics, and that was like a really bad time, I would say. I wanted it to be fun. My teacher was kind of a cunt, wasn't really into helping very much, and the fucking dude. Hard. Genetics are really hard. It's much harder than the fucking Punnett square. Oh, wait, Kills said quantitative analysis was a chem course about accuracy and of measurement in chemistry and how to get the best margins with tools given. That might have just been a lab incorporated into my chem courses because I don't think I literally ever took a class just called quantitative analysis. But we did that exact thing all the time, like from day one. Maybe it's something specific for people that aren't in a chem degree, a chem program. Or were you in a chem program? I'm not assuming. Just trying to, because I don't think I ever took a class specifically called that. But that was just like the first chem lab I ever had, we never got to do anything. It was just learning how to accurately clean glassware. CJ, engineering. Okay, no, that makes sense then. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't assuming because of any specific reason. I dated an engineer and I couldn't remember if he took stats, so I just went with a no. No shit, I use stats for engineering more than calc in the real world. I would ask how if I was in any way intelligent to understand how. I'm just going to respect it. That shit's hard. You had to take stats or genetics? Or yes? Programming, I could see stats. Because stats is probably, I mean, it's a math. It's part of all the math is the language of programming and coding, right? I spink. No shit, you were a chem major before you weren't. Okay, I was just, yeah. Mine was a state school too. Mine was just WWU. I don't know. Just different programs, I guess. My chem program I always felt like was kind of shit on. I'm not giving an excuse for not having that. But I remember, like, you have to, like, there was the introductory course where it was, like, inorganic chem, 121, 122, 123. And we would have, like, an amazing professor that was, like, a new professor, not tenured, you know. Every quarter they have to reapply for their job. And because some tenured fuck decided not to retire, they'd fire that dude and I'd get stuck with the tenure. And it sucked because, like, normally you'd have the same professor or try for the 3 quarters just because where they end in their learning is not going to be where another one ends. And picking up with another teacher was so fucking difficult getting some of those concepts. That was the most difficult thing about OChem. It was in 2 halves. It was one, I don't fucking remember the numbers. OChem 1 and 2. And I took them in a summer quarter, which was stupid. So they were accelerated. But the teacher I had for the first half was amazing. And he literally warned us about the next teacher. Like, we thought he was kidding because he was like this tall, gangly, very awkward man that like had a very dry sense of humor. Very sarcastic. Oh no, I'm seeing what the problem. Anyways, he was super dry and sarcastic, so we thought he was kidding. He literally fucking warned us that she was a cunt. What an angel fuck. But I remember that. Like, it sucked rolling from professor to professor just because some fucker was like, I'm not retiring. But they would just sit up there and pick their nose and drink coffee and not help you. They were not interested. They don't give a shit because they know they'll be dead before I got a job. I lie, though. I just remember that my strength of materials class was harder than my stats class. OChem's the hardest class I've ever taken. Kills, did you go as far as OChem? I'm going to probably guess that no. Or that's what drove you out of chemistry, because I've been told that that's been a lot of people. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck was the music so I can just keep it going. Where did I put it? I subbed to that guy, the Veritasian. That. I did that. Where the fuck? Oh, could be anywhere. I'm gonna guess it was this one. But yeah, I never had any professor that tells you their tenure. I feel like that's their way of saying like you ain't getting help this quarter. It sucks, and I unfortunately am stupid and I need help. Like I get fuck shit all from a lecture. I don't think tenure should exist either. Queen, I said that too. Like unless there's any professors in chat that are highly offended by that, which I'm so sorry. Like you should be paid a fair wage, and tenure shouldn't exist. I want to just preface with that one. Because I don't think teachers are paid in general enough. Oh shit, Kel. If my house doesn't burn down due to the sheer ridiculous amount of fireworks going on outside of said house right now, tomorrow morning I will be waiting with dicks crossed for you. I really, 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 really hope it works. Programmers doing math, don't you just like function in math? Queen, no shit. I mean, I was saying like if the few, maybe 3 tenured profs I ever had were the worst grades I ever had in college because they had 0 office hours and they didn't give a fuck. They literally let a TA run their class who would do min all. I was very, like, thankfully, we had a pretty decent tutoring center at my college. Like, it was a fairly large state school. And Khan Academy wasn't what it is today, but it existed. Like, it was rough, but it existed. And I was able to get a lot out of that, especially for math stuff. OChem is fucking terrible. Even if you have a good professor, OChem, for me, and like some people find OChem not that bad. OChem was terrible because there's this general overall like understanding that OChem is a very, very difficult class. And therefore, regardless what the teacher tests you on, it's going to be graded on a curve. Like all my professors literally tell us this is what's going to happen because the average tends to be a high D because it's hard. It's just fucking hard. You're taking, your previous 2 years of chemistry knowledge that's been on a 2D piece of paper. You're picking it up and doing this and suddenly realizing that it did not look the way you thought it looked all along, and that there's 3D and it's fuck. And if you're bad at geometry, it's the worst. And it's just a nightmare. I mean, some of it's okay and some of it's just fucking terrible. And, yeah, it's kind of like almost taking everything you've learned and being like, ha ha ha, just kidding. Chair confirmation. I remember chair confirmation so fucking violently bad. I agree. And that's the thing, Vex, they do. Like every single class I ever had all throughout college, last day or like right after the final, or they'd hold your grade, like they'd hold your final like hostage to make you fill out the class rating thing. But I don't think they do shit. I think it's all for show. You had a good professor. I think that's what it is. I think it all has to do with like, if you have a really, really good passionate teacher that's willing to hold your hand and help you, it's not that hard to move into OChem, but fuck, dude. I don't think I learned anything from it because I was just fucking going through like a panic breakdown the whole time trying to pass it. Because it's necessary, but it was so hard. Tenure does have one effect. It keeps you from being fired when the political winds around the university become an issue. True. I mean, there's always a reason things went into effect and why they're not evil. Unfortunately, it's kind of like, that's like how I view unions in a hospital. Like, they need to exist because otherwise we're paid shit. But unfortunately, they protect the worst employee you have ever. Forever. They will die with you. You loved it? You loved organic chemistry? Why are you like this? Oh shit, Alexis. Do you have Twitter and or are you able to whisper on Twitch? Because if you want to whisper me and or Twitter message me, my Twitter DMs are open. The like full Discord, like with the pound and the numbers, or you can just type it here in chat or whatever. Either or to one of my mods, and I will do that. Thank you. That's actually happened to a couple people where like a bot took over their account and they had no control over their account, couldn't do anything. And so we banned their account and then they get their account back and they're banned from our Discord. And I'm like, I don't remember actively banning anyone from our Discord in such a long time for doing anything nefarious. Like, what the fuck? And I have to be like very gently reminded of that. And I'm like, oh my God, come back. But it happens. It's happened to me too. Thankfully, like, because I have two-factor, it saved my ass a few times. Thank you. I'm gonna write that down. What did I do with my pen? Found it. Oh. You're so fucking cute. I don't know where my paper is, so I'm just gonna write it on my arm again. Oh no, I have paper towels. This will work. Oh God. Oh my God. You got an overall takeover? Fuck. I hope nothing terrible happened out of it. And the worst is just scraping that shit because that sucks. Boo. I feel like there's a dog here on me. Yeah, I made him the little cave down there. This is like the coolest side of the house. It's where all the air conditioning like circulates. And that's why both of the dogs kept curling under my desk. And then I was super uncomfortable because like I didn't want to step on them. So I made them a cave with a blanket and lights, and they love it. It's really cute. Sometimes I crawl down there with them. Oh no. Organic chemistry. Oh no. Chair confirmation. Is it me having an existential crisis about chair confirmation? Hold on, the music's. Where are you, music? You're right. I know. Glad I just noticed that too. Thank you. I have to give my dogs their CBD so they don't pass. So they don't have this. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yep. This is. I mean, come on. I want to send that to my OChem teacher in college if I knew where the fuck she was or who she was or anything. If that doesn't fucking encapsulate my feelings about OChem, I don't know. Also, real talk. Anybody that likes OChem over inorganic chem, like, what the fuck? Everything's brown. Everything is poop brown. Inorganic chemistry, like, you're making smells and flavors and you're making neon green things that maybe make babies glow and grow an extra leg, but it's pretty. And there's the potential of death, dismemberment, or superpowers around every corner. If you can't tell, I have an inorganic chemistry degree. I gotta write down this username really quick before I forget. It is okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Seriously. Like, I always feel bad. Some people, because they'll kind of forget that we banned them to just take care of it before they were able to get a hold of their own account or whatever. And then they feel bad and they don't want to come back and they think like I'm mad. And it's like, dude, the frequency with which I actually am mad with anybody ever is so, I mean, never. It's literally never. I'm way too ADD to hold a grudge. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like really bad, like like I remember not specific, maybe at one or two specific fucking horrible humans who got into our Discord and said horrible things, but I remember things like way back in the day. I don't even know, 6 years ago plus, when I streamed mainly on Twitch Creative. And we used to have this like talk show kind of on the creative channel, and it would bounce around to different streamers to host it. And essentially, people in the creative community, viewers and streamers alike, would all send their art to this person for the week in an email. And then this person would put it together in a slideshow, and we'd all sit in like everybody would host this person at the same time. So it was like hundreds, if not over 1,000 viewers. And we would just go through this slideshow of awesome art. And you like by submitting your art, we had a little thing on there that said like you're open to constructive criticism, which was never broken. That was beautiful. But once in a while, we would let people come into Discord and talk out loud about their art. And someone came into Discord and just started shouting the N word, like not even shouting it, just really calmly saying it over and over and over again. To this day, I have a lot of PTSD about getting in Discord with literally anybody ever. And if I co-stream, it's usually with someone I've known deeply for a long time because I'm terrified. Like that's the kind of shit that scars me for that I remember. But that was so fucking. That was so long ago. I had long brown hair. You know what I'm saying? Like waist length. And this person, it was just a shit fuck who saw an open Discord channel. But it was like our ignorance. We were like, we're the creative community. Nobody knows we're here. We're just doing our little small thing together. It's whatever. People suck sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Happy 420. My throat hurts real bad. I gotta find someone to host and go drink tea or something. The guy who took the account was more or less a script kiddie. Oh, that forced to log out and replace an added file with scraped credentials. What a douche. Fruit fly. Douchebags. Douchebags. Why are you mad at me? I wish. I was too ADD for me to care enough about things to say and do. Yes. Yes. Literally, I remember the worst is basically what I'm saying. Like, my mods, I mean, seriously, like, I have such an awesome team of mods, not to suck their dicks or, like, be flexing, but I think, not even just awesome, but, what's the word? What's the word? Old. Not that they're old, but, like, most of my mods have been mods for so fucking long that I can trust them to ban someone out of our Discord for doing something against the general rules, and I don't feel like any of them need to double check with me. Because our rules are like, don't be a racist, bigot piece of shit. I don't feel like I feel like those are, you know, like, if you're like, hey, was that? Yes, probably. Probably worth a chit chat. Probably. I have to grind up weed. I'm so sorry. I didn't have a bowl loaded or anything. I'm such a bad streamer. Experience, I mean, tighten it, I guess. Like, they know me, I know them, and I trust them to, you know, if someone's being a fuck tit, I know that they gave them chances. I know that they talked to them. I know that they don't just act irrationally. Stuff like that. Because I do the same. Like, I always try to give someone, I'm like, hey, that was weird. Want to have a second chance to not do that again? And usually the little fuck twats that are out there to just say nonsense and get a reaction will do it again. And then you just, bye. Bye-bye. The security system, dude, security would make me nervous. I feel like corporations that have enough money for a viable security system that actually isn't just for show or just for liability reasons, they're probably run by the mob or illegal or like running drugs or something like that. I don't know. I know a lot of ex-military guys that went into security and they're like, it's all for show. Like nothing's real. Everything's unlocked. They can't afford anything. And I'm like, oh no. No, I won't ever tell you where these places are because some of them are really big, but Jesus fucking Christ. Crazy. Crazy. You know how like you can get like a little blinking LED light to get in your dashboard that makes it simulate an alarm system, but really you don't have an alarm system or anything like that. But like maybe someone breaking into your car that's stupid will be like, look at that blinking light, alarm system. It's like it's like a kind of bigger version of that. But you're talking like digital security, right? I'm assuming. I know it's really quiet. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening. Existential silence. We're living in it. Don't you love it? Just sit with your thoughts. I'm kidding. Oklahoma. What did I click? I don't know. Something. No. Fixed it. So loud. We're going to cheers before we go. Don't worry. Just trying not to roll over my sweet little poodle back there. Is add notes. One thing Twitch has done is add notes that are visible by all streamers, which I love. That way people can't just troll one account and keep going. At least if people check, this is true. This is true. Security Theater. I think I watched that, Adam. Adam Ruins Everything. Yes. Yep. I think I watched that one. I was really late on the train for Adam Ruins Everything. But I think I learned that one, and it was... I'm not a paranoid person, so, like, it was dark, but it didn't, like, change the way I act in my life. If you're one of those people that has a hard time and, like, locks your doors and shit, and you're like, ooh, neighbors, maybe don't watch that episode. Maybe don't. I wouldn't. It is. It is a little scary. Like, it's... Yeah. I don't know enough about it to talk about it clearly, but it is frightening how much security theater there is in the world. And false, like, it goes all over, what is it, the airport, TSA. TSA was one of the biggest ones. That was one of the ones where I was like, I've always kind of assumed it, and I think a lot of us have assumed it, the security theater at an airport. Because, for instance, I'm sure we've all experienced this. If the airport's empty, you are going to take your shoes off and your socks off, and you're going to get your ass probed, and you're going to take everything out of your bag, and you're going to go through the big, like, scan you 360 degrees. But if the airport's busy and lines are going, fuck it. Leave everything in your bag, shoes on, just walk through, just keep going, pick up your kid, it's fine. Whatever, put your gun in your pocket, it's whatever, just can you keep it up? Keep moving. Which, arguably it should be the opposite. Theater. Cheers to that. Yeah, exactly, Kills. Like, if you would get anxiety about that shit, I wouldn't. Me too, yeah. I'm the kind of person to install door jams in a door for an apartment and a house in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I don't want to say it if you'd get scared. Like, statistically, houses in the middle of nowhere get broken into more often than anyone else because there's no one there to witness it. I lived in the middle of nowhere. My dad looked it up. It was crazy. We had a lot of locks. Happy 426, motherfuckers. And happy 420. I'm going to find someone cool to host. My throat I feel like it's closing up. I'm going to go gargle some tea. But before I frolic, look at that cute little fuck. He's so fucking cute. That's my boy. Yeah, before I go, just a quick I give a fuck talk. Fireworks are real and hella fucking dangerous. There hasn't been a year that they haven't, in one way or another, caused a horrific forest fire, or a death, or a hand being blown the fuck off. Be safe. Don't drink and play with bombs, please. Because at the end of the day, that's all there is. Pretty sky bombs. Enjoy your neighbor's pretty sky bombs. If you're drinking or fucked up in any way, shape, or form, the ER is as manically fucking wild as you think it is on this day. Don't torture those bitches with your fucking hand flaps. You know what I'm saying? What was it, a couple years, someone put a bottle rocket at the end of their dick, and it ripped it off. Let's not. Second piece of advice, spray your yard down and the roof of your house if you can. This is just general advice to prevent other people's fucking fireworks from setting your property on fire. Because people kind of assume, my bottle rocket went in the weirdo's 6-foot fenced yard, doesn't matter to me, and now your yard's a fucking matchstick. Good idea to just hose that shit down. Just give it a nice little wet down before you go to bed. Make in your roof if you can. Ensures that you're not going to light on fire during fire season, because those are just facts of life. We are literally a dry fire Fucking nasty. Open hands, safe fingers. Dude, I can't even. I mean, why the fuck are we sticking fireworks in our penis? Personally, I think you didn't want it. I just have so little sympathy. What the fuck? Third, think about your animals. I know a lot of us, get a little selfish, maybe, and be like, they're just dogs. Stick them in the house. Let's go out, honey. Your dogs literally think it's the apocalypse. There are bombs going off and people screaming and crying, and they smell alcohol and they smell sulfur and they smell death and hell. And that is what your dogs are experiencing. Maybe if you can, get them a CBD treat or something like that. Give them a nice, dark, calm, cool place to chill with you, if at all possible, and give them some extra love because they deserve it. Dogs, cats, etc. I have dogs, so that's where I immediately centralize. But you know what I mean? Every year, there's so many lost dogs and cat posters everywhere because animals freak out. And it makes me heartbroken because my dogs are my babies. And, like, for fuck's sake, man. Do what you can. Not all of us can do everything. It's not. No, Lena, it is so 100% illegal. Unfortunately, what's happened is everybody sets off fucking fireworks constantly all the time. Like, literally, the fireworks started over a month ago and they haven't stopped. So the way the police have decided to treat it is if someone gets hurt or there's a fire, they will investigate. But other than that, they don't have enough police officers to literally investigate the amount of fireworks that go off constantly. It's asinine. Thankfully, we've had a lot of rain lately, so we're pretty darn wet right now. I think we're at low risk, but I'm still going to hose my yard down because I don't want to take that risk. Fuck that. But no, it's totally illegal. The person did the world a favor. I mean, they still had balls. Yeah, fireworks. I mean, bombs and fire and booze. No. Oh, God, no. But no, it's really not. CBD treats for animals? Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I literally was showing I'm not sponsored, not an ad. I just remembered that I got these for my dog specifically for today. But it's just normal CBD. It's just really, really small amounts, and it's made into a way that's digestible for your dogs. I get these ones that are like hemp and joint. But I do have my dogs are 85 pounds and 75 pounds, and they work. They each have one, and it doesn't like comatose them or anything. They're only 5 milligrams a piece. It just chills them out so they're not like what the fireworks do to my dogs is they've never tried to run away. They don't tend to puke or anything, but they pace. I can tell they can't, like right now they're okay because we're together and it's pretty calm. But once night hits, they just can't seem to lay down unless I literally like shut my bedroom door, turn all the lights off, and we put on like The Last Unicorn and we all get into bed together and then they're fine. But other than that, they just can't seem to sit down or find a place to sit because every time they like go to sit, there's a bomb, and I just can't even fucking imagine what that's like to a dog or a cat's brain, listening to what's going on outside and watching your mom and dad just be like, what's that? Oh, the fire and the bombs? It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I can't even, what the fuck? Yeah, it's got to be really, really goddamn traumatic. And I just try to, it's important to think about your dogs and stuff. Oh, Alexis. I mean, that's smart to keep your life super chill, though. Trouble, right? And I feel like every time, it appears that in Colorado, they enforce the rules every time there's a massive fire, but then after a year, they don't. I mean, I hear sirens all night long, as well as fireworks. So I don't know. But like, what was it? It wasn't last year. I think it was the year before last year, Estes burnt down. So last year they were really uptight about it and there were signs everywhere and like warnings. And then this year it's like, I hear as much sirens as I do fireworks. It's constant. It's all over. It's the everything's fine. Yeah. I don't want my house to light up like a fucking matchstick. And just because we've had a wet spring doesn't mean why are you wet? In general, dry. No shit. There were so many cops out last night. I mean, across our little intersection that we're at the corner of, I heard like their SUVs, da-dunk, dunk, da-dunk, dunk, with their sirens going off. I hope people are okay. Oh, Stella, I'd do it. I'd do it too. When I lived in Maryland, I used to drive like 2 hours either to West Virginia or 2 hours down to DC. I used to do the same. I feel you, honey bean. We do what we gotta do, right? I try not to take for granted that my weed store is a mile down the road now. I don't. I'm always very thankful for it. I'm very, very thankful. I think so. At least one of the Virginias, because they finally big tobacco got their hands on some weed money, so they were like, okay, you can come in. Good. Dude, there's been so much ear trouble. I just hope I mean, every year I always find, I don't know what they are, but they're basically a bottle rocket, but like on steroids. I find the husks in my front yard every fucking year, dude. And I'm just, every year I pick them out and I'm like, witch face at the neighborhood. Because they just don't give a fuck. If it doesn't live in their yard, it's not their property anymore. And that's not how it goes. That's not how any of this works. Eventually, I hope for you. It sucks. I mean, I have so much empathy. I lived in Maryland for quite some time. It sucks being a felony, just like enjoying a plant that grows out of the ground on accident. In many cases, which is crazy. Ooh, Domestic Dan's streaming. You guys want to say hi to Daniel? Domestic Daniel. I bet he's doing something cool because it's 4th of July. He's a shut-in like us. My voice is gone. I don't know what I've done, but she's dead now. She's dying. Oh, I love Minecraft. I love watching Dan play Minecraft because he's just as ridiculous as a lot of us, and it gives me happies. The table story, fuck yeah. Is it pretty? Have you been watching? Is it pretty good? Is it ridiculous? I don't even need to ask. I know it is. It's gonna be. Hold on. I don't know what I've done. Ugh. My little nodes are swollen. Great. Oh no. I did it. All right. My friend Domestic Daniel was one of my very first friends here on the Twitch sphere, and then we met IRL, even though we only we literally lived in the same state within an hour of each other, which was crazy. But we are life besties, and he's an awesome person if you don't know who he is. All of those safety things aside, fucking have a good time, eat a cupcake, you only live once, right? What is it, YOLO? Is that what the kids used to say? Get bags or whatever. Clean your bong and drink water. Be safe. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. All 10. We'll be doing a hand check, but it won't because I'm worried you're touching your genitals. It's because, like, who decided to be a fucking idiot yesterday? And if your hand check is shameful, I want to see it. Bye.